We are live.
Good afternoon. Welcome to News and Nonsense at Noon. I'm Auntie AK, aka the auntie of all the aunties in all the world, and I'm here with...
I'm Faro, resident Caribbean queen.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
Hi guys, this is News and Nonsense, and we're here, your favorite aunties, to help you sort through the craziness of this world. The world is absolutely in hell in a handbasket. That's what it is, isn't it? That's the saying. So we have chosen to go through all the news and nonsense, separate the wheat from the chaff, the sap from the crap, what you need to know from what you don't need to know.
Why is it doubling up?
What's happening? Are we getting double? But should we continue, or do you need to sort something out?
Yeah, keep on going.
All right, but before we get into the show, guys, what do we need you to do? Farah, take it away while Nana's doing technical hitches.
Couple of things on entry. Please like do that button thing.
Oh,
if you're in here, then do it. And also tell a friend to tell a friend by passing this thing on. Share the live. Get people in here. Let's start this debate. Most importantly, if you're not already a member, what's going on for you? It's 2026. Come on now. It's £4.99 to get some auntie love.
Mm-hmm.
Love. You may even get some auntie merch if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Get some merch as well. I will drop all the links in the chat now. Roll up.
Let's do some roll call. Oh no. First, actually no, let's do the roll call. Who's in the chat? Who's here?
Okay. Who is with us today? We have Yvonne came in bright and early. Hello, Yvonne. Sora is with us as well. Little Rock is in the house. Breath of Fresh Air is in the house. Urbano is with us. Waving Cat Designs. Judy B is in the house as well. Velux is here. And Roland is in the house. Hello, Caseload Moses. Everybody's rolling in. That's lovely. Alexa is with us. And RJS.
Howdy. We got a hello from Tennessee as well. Hello, Velux. Did you say that? And Thank you for the glasses compliments. Bless you guys. Even though my glasses annoy me, but it is what it is. Guys, as we said, we are sharing our opinions. These are just our opinions. We are not experts. If you want experts, go to Google, ask TLC for their actuals and factuals, or phone a friend. Any links that we share are for you to dig deeper your own self. Like I said, we are not experts. We are just sharing our opinions. We will cuss you if you think that you can come for us as well. So this week is a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Pam Bondi, Taliban, dentistry, Ethiopia, everything around the world. There's a lot of fuckery afoot, and we're going to try and get through it in some like half an hour, as I always say. First up, we have power, accountability, and the state. Pam Bondi. What can we say about Pam Bondi?
I think it's actually pronounced Bondi.
Bondi.
I think it's Bondi.
Cool. At this stage, even scared to say her name properly before she appears in front of me like a witch. The U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi has defended the Department of Justice, the DOJ, for their handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files during a 4-hour appearance before the House Judiciary Committee. The hearing has become heated, shouting exchanges, lawmaker walking out, survivors of Epstein seated behind her as redactions and oversight were challenged. And now, I don't know if you guys have seen any of this. It's been a weirdness to witness. So there's a few clips and stuff going around. I will line it up. Guys, have you seen it? What are your thoughts about Ms. Pam Bondi? Guys, I asked you a question. You went quiet.
I thought you were going to run the clip. That's why. Yes, I have seen it. She's a mad person. She's obviously in a cult. She's giving member of cult with everything she says.
All right. I'm coming off. I will be back on.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, for the little bit of a delay. I'm just trying to get lined up the clips. Yeah, it's very strange watching this woman at work. Very, 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 very strange. Okay. Some weird stuff's happening.
Can't hear it.
Sorry, no, it's on mute, but Again, technical issues. Sorry, guys in the audience.
There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. You need to interview this witness immediately. You have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
Gentlemen, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer
theatrics
the
are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people, but I'm going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Reclaiming my time.
I am not here to testify before Congress. You are. That is your job today. That's what you're getting paid for.
With attack.
From Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell, that was unredacted. And it included notes of statements that Donald Trump made about his prior relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there is no reason for this to be hidden from the American people. There is no privilege. There is no attorney-client privilege. And I see you're checking with your staff. And I can assure you, staff, this is not under attorney-client privilege because it was sent from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. Will you commit to publicly providing the unredacted version of this so that the American people can understand the extent of Donald Trump's lies about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
You're about as good of a lawyer today as you were when you tried to impeach President Trump in 2016. Have you apologized for that in 2019?
So will you unredact this? Will you
were
unredact
lead
this?
counsel on that. Privileged.
I'm asking you, will you unredact this?
Privileged.
Privileged, of course.
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question that I would like you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions. The witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't like the answer. So
I believe.
She's just.
It's so weird.
It makes me ill and itch because she doesn't answer anything. She deflects. She said to the guy, "Are you going to apologize to Donald Trump for impeaching him?" What? We're here talking about the Epstein files. We're here talking about the redactions that have gone on the Epstein files and the fact that you haven't disclosed a lot of information. That's what we're here. There are victims behind you. Are you not ashamed?
I think that's the part. It's like, are you not ashamed? What is this weird fixation? Why are you so hell-bent on... I know it's your job. I know it's what you've been hired to do. And it's just watching her and Caroline Leavitt and Kristi Noem. Just actually, there's a I'll play it in a minute. There's a thing where they're saying like it's all women at the forefront, and it's the fact that they've got women at the forefront of this that are blindly supporting these men who are literally evidentially predatory, but yet you're standing there with your chest. You're not breaking a smile. Like, to be fair, on one positive note, she's good at what she's doing because she's not flapping, she's not flinching. But I'm very glad that it's her that's on the. But
the thing is, she's not a politician. She is
Attorney General.
Mm-hmm. So she's supposed to be enforcing fucking shit.
She's supposed to be neutral as well.
That's what I'm trying to say. So she's not a politician out here trying to politic. She's so not neutral in this thing. It's ridiculous. She's talking about apologizing. Have you apologized to fucking Trump? The best politician, she goes on to say at some stage, the best politician, the best president we've ever had, we've ever seen, this country has ever seen. He is a convicted felon. The crimes that he is being accused of in the Epstein files and beyond are egregious. Do you know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't. You can't say that this man is the best president you've ever had. Like all presidents have been fucked up in some way, shape, or form. They've all they've done good here and bad here, all of them, yeah. But come on, this guy is next level.
Yeah,
it's all about money and power for him. Like literally, that's all it is. He treats the presidency like a business. That's what he's doing. It's disgusting.
He's putting in place cronies that won't speak shit of him. This is her defending Trump.
Precisely.
To President Trump? Have you apologized to President Trump? All of you. I find it interesting that she keeps going after President Trump, the greatest president in American history. You sit here and you attack the president, and I am not going to have it. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over 50,000. Have you apologized to President?
He's also giving unhinged and crazy.
Giving seriously unhinged. All the words that you can think of. Like she's just unstable. Like I actually worry about her mental health.
Yeah,
and you're in charge.
Let me play this with this assessment that this Amanda Seale shared it, but this woman's girl saying this about the women involved in this madness.
This from my sister. It says they hate women so much they set up women for this moment to take their fall. And if that isn't the damn truth, like they have put all these women in positions and they're just like, pull my string, and they repeat what he tells them to repeat, and they will take the fall. Just like Ghislaine has the only one who has taken the fall.
White women, at what point do y'all admit that you have agency? When do you actually stop being a victim? Because I want you to know there are only victims and volunteers, and I got to tell you, y'all be volunteering all the goddamn time. At what point? Because I really feel like it's always, well, I had no choice. Even much of Me Too was, well, I had no choice. I had to sleep with him because they were going to fire me if I didn't. I had to sleep with him because they said they wouldn't give me a promotion if I didn't. At what point? Because I want you to know that that is not grape. That was an absolutely heinous situation that you were put in, but you chose to go along with it. At no threat of your life, at no threat of your family's life, at threat of your advancement. That is what all of those women are doing this for. When these men present me with this carrot, I don't have to take it. Because it's the same white women who will say, well, I had to beat the slaves because my husband was sleeping with them. So I had no choice but to discipline them because I was upset that he was sleeping with them and not me. And I was just in the house. That's what y'all sound like.
I mean,
truth bombs.
Truth bombs, and also, I don't know about the Me Too. I think there's some truth in the Me Too stuff, but also I'm very conscious on just navigating those who felt intimidated to that level.
Because there have been women that have definitely felt intimidated to do it. 100%. And have felt like their lives were in danger. So I don't necessarily agree with that, Amanda. Sorry. And you know I agree with Amanda a lot of the times, but I don't cousin.
But definitely that thing about them hating women and putting them in a position. And I get it because there is that. You have a choice. And I see this is a hard one because then you end up defending wrong people. Inadvertently, because when you get to a level of a job, I'm trying to think how easy it is.
These women, these five women that are in display in that thing that you just last shown, right? Yeah. They are women who have agency.
They do.
Yeah. They are not. I'm sorry, it's not the same. Those five women are talking the talk that they want to, right? No one's holding them hostage and making them do these things. They are so deranged and so engrossed in the Trumpism of it all. And it isn't just Trump. Like, Trump is just a fucking poster boy for it. It's not just him. And it isn't just Republicans. It's also Democrats. It's across the board, conspiracy, but there's truth in it, if you know what I mean. It's just, if you listen to some of the things that are on the Epstein files, it's not about Republican and it's not about Democrats. It's about dirty fucking skunks. That's what it's about. Who want to make money and want to abuse all of the systems and make it work for them. That's it.
Yeah. I think there's definitely no coercion in this. I mean, as they say, 40% of slave owners were female. Like, women aren't just docile and going along with it. And a lot of the victims also said that he was propped up by a lot of women. Virginia said herself she would never have gone to his house if it wasn't for Ghislaine with her British accent, really like sweeping. And there was like two sisters similarly. It was Ghislaine that got them involved, being like, look, he's a wealthy man. He can change your life. He's done this for me. Like, they always, that's why pimps have a big madam as well. Like, women will put their guard down if another woman is there. Women also love proximity to power. So these guys, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She loves off Trump. They all want the power as well. So they will do the man's bidding, hence Kemi Badenoch, hence Priti Patel. Like, you Suella Benjamin, you can throw any woman in there. They want the power as well. Yeah, it's true. I wanted to, my screen is doing the madness. Play this. This was Pam Bondi in 2014.
Nationally, and calls for help for human trafficking, where young women and children are enslaved and abused. I knew we needed all hands on deck. Businesses and hospitals to spot it, our great law enforcement to stop it, and tougher penalties to punish it. We're taking on Medicaid fraud, pill mills, gangs, and more, and I'll fight to put human trafficking monsters where they belong, behind bars.
Pam Bondi, our Attorney General.
It's laughable. It's actually crazy, heinously laughable. Like, you can't trust nobody. It's like you'll sell out you'll sell out for the highest bidder, and that's it. Because I was dancing along that line of, but you guys said it, and there's no need to be said. There's no need to even explore it. These guys are not being coerced. They're not being forced. They can. Because I was just going into the space of like, if you're in debt, if you're this, or you feel like stuff's at risk, so you're just doing it because you feel like you have to do it. But I'm not saying that all of them are doing it. I just think there's a world where sometimes people do feel like they have no choice. But these women, I'm definitely not saying that they are in any type of danger, jeopardy, or risk to their lives. They're choosing to align with this nasty cabal of arseholes and pedophiles and predators.
All of it can be true. I was watching somebody go through the pyramid of power, and the structure that they have at this moment in time. Everybody has something on somebody else. So that's how you get to be at the top. So most definitely, yes, her life probably is in jeopardy in some ways, or your career is, and you have to leave, like Marjorie Taylor. Like, you can't just be a part of it and they don't have things on you. Like, you're gonna lose everything. But that's the chip that you give to the devil, in a sense. You have to be in this cabal to keep on going. Either way, they need to gut every single person out of it, especially now when you've got all of the senators that have been able to see the unredacted that has also been redacted in some factions before it even went to the DOJ. And they are like, it's absolutely disgusting. They know what they have done. They've given us some nuggets for what? Why have you released this? It's actually
they're even talking about it in the Congress, and they're saying, like, who was it that came out the other day? I forget his name, of course, it's on a doc somewhere, who came out and he said, I am not ill, I am not suicidal. Like, they're coming out and making these statements. If I die, no, someone did it.
Thomas Cassidy.
And this is after reading the shit. That's it. After reading the shit.
I mean, I had that pyramid thing.
It's not just the women that are the problem either. Like, Kush Patel has got a lot to answer for.
Listen, he needs to come back. They all need to be brought before, like, literally, the stock. They need to be put in the stocks at this point.
But what they were saying was quite sad. is if that Kush Patel and Pam Bondi are the only ones that get done for anything, because obviously they've committed perjury. That is going to be fucked up if they're the only ones that's, you know, are actually suffering any criminal prosecution because of it.
And I think if nothing happens, all of this seems performative, even down to everyone that's cussing, everyone that's in the room. And I know people are frustrated. Some of the politicians have really got angry, and Jasmine and all those people and Becca who got so vexed she had to walk out. It's all of that. But if nothing happens, it's like wasted energy, performative. And you've got the fact that she wouldn't acknowledge the survivors, and when are the chips going to fall? I keep seeing pundits saying that it's edging closer and closer to something happening, because more and more people, to the point where everyone's saying, like, you know, if Fox is turning on Trump and people are like the right wingers, extreme right wingers and extreme Republicans are saying, no, enough is enough, because also they're playing to their bases. They know that they're not going to win the midterms at this rate because everyone's going to lose. But then again, they're trying to strategically change their alignment, because they're like, okay, they were clinging on to Trump because they felt like if Trump is untouchable, now possibly it's looking like he's not as untouchable as they thought. So now they're going to turn ship. And that's the part where next minute we could see Pam Bondi saying, you know, I was held to this and this, and I'm really sorry. Then she gets away with it. There's that type. That's how turncoat. Look how 10 years ago she was talking about, I'm fighting for these adopted women. Now you're acting like it didn't happen, and you're defending the pedophiles and the predators.
We haven't even got to go 10 years ago. Just a year and a half. She was saying the files are on my desk.
Oh yeah,
right?
They're ready to remember. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it,
guys.
They was like, if I'm here, I will release the files.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys,
everybody will be outed.
Exactly.
I also was watching a video, I don't know if you played it, of her. Again, I think this may have been 3 years ago, speaking to a journalist and saying that there's tens of thousands of videos of children. And that's why it's going to take long. Again, and that was secretly recorded. We know that there are children in there. We know that there is heinous stuff in there. We know what they have released is the surface level, and it's enough for us all to be like, we are in the know. I just need people to really wake up to, look, there are psychos that are running the world at this moment, and we all need to get them out. Whichever the faction is, that is also the other side of the power that is releasing bits as well. I feel like they are all at war. And so they're like, look, this one's got to go, but all of them need to go. Like, we really need to move into a space of self-governance. It's not, why are we having presidents and royals? Like, honestly, like, just as a human, like, think about it. Why are we all subscribing to this? And then they're showing us that they're evil, inhumane. Like, child killing is, it should be, we are like, this is the worst you can do. And we should be like, no, you cannot do this. But I think as long as we are allowing what is going on in Palestine as well, there is a bit of, you're killing children in our faces, and there's still it's complicated, and it shouldn't be. It should be, children are dying. We should all have a base level. This is disgusting. You need to go.
Yeah,
that should be where we are at.
Trying to desensitize us to that. That's why.
Yeah, they not even trying. They have desensitized, because the world is set up to be like, it is so much going on that to try and tackle it is overwhelming. And I think that there's real world effects where we as human beings on a day-to-day, it's like, what cause do we fight? We're also complicit with our devices, with our things. And we were talking about where to boycott, who to boycott. Well, then how do you live when you can't? Because we are a couple of generations in of not having really survived wars, really had to face poverty and basically war and stuff like that. We are in the West, have not had to face that for how many years? We are desensitized. We are overwhelmed. It is confusing. Like, what the hell do you actually do apart from taking yourself offline, going to somewhere remote and disconnecting from the site, and then protesting all day long? It's those type of things. It's like they've made it so easy not to rage against the machine, so that you have to now gather yourself, you literally have to stop what you're doing. Literally cannot, unless you stay, like, us as aunties should be online streaming every day, talking, if that's our way, like, communicate, doing something. And they've made it to the point where it's difficult to say, how do we do it? How do you lobby? Protesting, now you get arrested. Lobbying your local councillor, your local MP, means shit, because they'll come to your door once a year or every time they got an election. Oh, we're going to do this for you. We'll take your vote. And then they fuck the vote. They just do what they want. At this point, we've got people who are supposed to be ruling us doing what they want. So we should do what we want. It's just like where to start and how to do it, I think. I don't know if this is the clip of Pam that you were talking about.
Yesterday, all the Epstein files are missing. Can you confirm that they still haven't heard from you?
No, the FBI, the FBI, they're reviewing, there are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume. And that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going through that. I haven't seen that statement.
How did she go from that to that? How?
There's not enough evidence. I mean, I even saw somebody say like that, like he was arguing the point that he's only been convicted, which is true. He was only convicted for a 17-year-old and it was like a 21-year-old in the 2008. But then we're saying, so we can't call him a pedophile. And then somebody else on the panel was like, but you know that there is hundreds of videos where he is with children, and we know this. That has been stated. There are people, and he's like, oh, I didn't know that. That's news to me. I'm like, you know what, folks, we're cooked. We're actually cooked.
Megyn Kelly say something similar.
Yes.
Megyn Kelly said the same shit.
Megyn said it. I don't know if there's another guy.
I was watching a panel. This was this week. You know that black woman that they go to? Oh, her name's gone out of my head.
On CNN.
No, she's on MS. Oh, she's black. She's got long curly hair. I think her name's Erica something. I think it could be Erica something. But she is still on the network, and then she does panel shows. Or Alicia could be as well. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat will know.
I'll try and see if I can find a clip. But yeah, they're all like acting. I don't know.
And someone was saying, I deleted them from the chat, but someone was chatting shit and saying, why are we talking about it over here? It's got nothing to do with us. It's all linked.
You know what? I'm sick and tired.
We've got Peter Mandelson. We've got Peter Mandelson over here who's being summoned to Congress to talk about it because Peter Mandelson is suspect in his shit too. We've got fucking Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, who's up to no good, and late of the latest thing has come out and it said that he may have been involved in a child's death. You know, so there's a lot of shit going on that is still very much linked to here. And Ghislaine or Ghislaine or whatever the fuck you want to call her, where was she from? So
it's all.
I think it's really redundant to say that though. It's not about a country. It's not about Americans. They were running rings globally, affecting markets in almost every country on this earth. Like, this isn't a little thing that is just to America. The fact that the American politics aren't actually expelling people left, right, and center, but around the world we are, that's more embarrassing in itself. But most definitely, he was making money from Gaddafi going. He was doing things in India. They were trying to sort out France, Germany, Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria. He had his hands in so many things. It's worldwide that we need to be looking at all of our politicians. Why were they moving to the right? Why is there an agenda to try and break up the European Union? Like, they were involved in all of this. How did he know that things were going to take place so that he could be putting things in the stock market like he's some type of Biff from Back to the Future? Like,
why is he benefiting from
orchestrating it?
It's global. Let's get some comments. I'm going to say that we will possibly have our town hall. I think you got to pay to play. Drop your coffers and you can jump on the town hall and have your points. If you want to join our town hall, we'll share a link later. It's a couple of subscriber pounds. How about that? Let's get some comments.
We could do you pay or you're a member.
Yeah. So
members come up for free and can chat, or normal folks in the chat, send us something. $1.99, $9.99, $20.99,
$9.99.
And come and join the town hall. Share your points, share your comments on the previous stories. But let's get a couple of comments. We'll do a few.
Penguin Pal says Prince Andrew gave away trade secrets to Epstein. Yes, he did. So they're saying, and you know what the other thing with Prince Andrew, his documents when he was that trade envoy person are sealed into 2065. Why? And he is the only one. It's usually sealed for 20 years. So we should be able to see them. But Andrew's documents sealed until 2065.
I reckon he'll be dead by then. That's why.
That's why. Exactly.
Who else's files were sealed? Was it Jimmy Savile? Someone else's files were sealed. Or it was maybe not there's something else that's sealed, and maybe it's the royal family in general. Is it the royal family in general that they're all their stuff?
Their shit's always sealed.
Yeah, but what's his name? The one that died, the dad. Why is his name gone out of my head? Charles is pappy anyway. Prince Philip. His affairs are basically, I think it was like 100 years. We won't know what his affairs were as well. It's a nonsense. Alexa Toussaint says, if Pam has done a complete 180, she's clearly being threatened. I think it's time we call it out and speak up instead of being complicit and only thinking of our individual needs. I mean, I hope so.
Okay, we don't know if she's being threatened, but maybe, but I don't know. It's that thing that we were talking about, and that's why I was trying to explore, like, is it that bad behind the scenes that you could do a whole 360 or 180, as they say? But then also there's that removing, you know me and maths, it's removing the accountability and responsibility of people who
just fuckeries, basically.
Yeah, and then also, because there's that thing there, white women are docile, innocent, and poor woe is me, and that has been perpetuated, where black women are, or especially black women, are like, no, whatever you do is you're complicit, you're guilty, there is no empathy. And not to make it like that, but it is like that. That is how the world is held up. So we have to find, you know.
Can I just say a big up to Cher in the chat? Cher, you've been on my mind. I actually even sent you a message through For Heaven's Sake. But yes, we miss you. We miss you, Cher.
Welcome. Good to hear from you. Good to see you. And Stripe's going to commit his child support by tomorrow. Send some of that over here. But yeah, so we'll obviously we'll keep an eye on what's going on. I want to move over to another, and this is another thing that's UK American aligned, is a Texan father who shot his daughter after a Trump argument. But you know what the biggest madness is? He's potentially not going to face charges.
He's not facing charges.
Yes, a Texas grand jury has declined to indict a father who fatally shot his 23-year-old daughter during an argument about President Trump and gun rights. The shooting was ruled accidental, meaning no manslaughter or criminally negligent homicide charges will be brought. Guys, I'll share the video and you tell me what you'll think about the situation here.
It's so random.
So random.
Boyfriend, who's also from the UK, to visit him.
From the beginning, sorry, because it always starts silent.
Boyfriend, who's also from the UK, to visit him a few days before the Trump inauguration, and they end up getting in an argument, and a political argument of some kind. Based on the boyfriend's statements, it sounds like during that initial argument, she had said something along the lines to him about, how would you feel if I was a victim of sexual assault or sexual violence? And his response was, I wouldn't really care. I have 2 other daughters in this house. So it sounds like a very tense, very horrible argument to be having with your father. And then it sounds like some time passes and the TV is on and there's some sort of news coverage about firearms and guns. And again, this creates a conversation between father and daughter, and he decides to take her into the bedroom to show her his firearm, which is a semi-automatic Glock. And then at that point, he says he can't remember and he doesn't know if his finger was on the trigger or not, but we do know that the gun goes off and shoots her in the chest and kills her. So I think the reason he essentially is getting away with it is it's symptomatic of a very conservative state in a very conservative county that chose not to indict him. And I think our political climate is something we need to think about and when addressing and looking at this case, and the fact that they would not even indict him on a manslaughter or that we know of a criminally negligent homicide. So in Texas, you know, there's manslaughter, which is a much more serious charge and has potential prison time as an outcome. But there's also criminally negligent homicide, which is a state jail felony. And I don't know if this prosecutor presented this to a grand jury or not, the criminally negligent homicide. But if they didn't, they can still go back and try to see if a grand jury would indict him on that particular charge.
I don't get it. This is the wildest thing ever.
I don't understand how... I don't understand a few things. I don't understand how... Let's say that it was an accident. Because that happens... That happens a lot, right? People accidentally shoot somebody, accidentally their gun went off. But isn't there a problem with that? That all these people are accidentally shooting somebody and their gun goes off. Does that not mean that somewhere they're not trained to fucking have a gun? And also, why are there always bullets in the gun? Like always. There's always.
But even, okay, so this is your firearm, you protecting your house, whatever reason. If I had a gun, it's going to have bullets in it because I'm not going to be able to, if an intruder is coming, put the bullets in, then I may get shot.
Maybe
if I shoot somebody and kill them, unless they were threatening my life, accident, purposeful, it doesn't matter. That's what I got to prove in court. I should be I should have some punishment for it. It shouldn't be like, oh, whoops, I killed someone and it's actually okay. I don't understand how I can kill my child accidentally and I still don't have to do a manslaughter 7 years.
Also,
it's a bit I don't
about
get it.
Criminally negligent. Like, at least do him for that, for being negligent, because you were negligent with your gun. Do you know what I mean? Like, how the hell have you managed to say to your child, come and see my gun? And then the next thing, you shot her in her chest. Why is it that someone never gets shot in their foot?
Exactly.
Why is it that's always in their chest or their head, or why is it never in their foot or their leg, or why is it always? Why are you doing this with your gun? If you've got a gun, why are you pointing it like that?
Yeah,
and it goes off. Why is it never down? And it goes
never down. Exactly that. And what are you calling her into the bedroom to come and show her what? You've been arguing with her. You've been vexed the whole day. You're stressed because she's challenging your Trump values. It seems like, or your MAGA values. She's challenging you. You're getting irate. She goes into the bedroom. I don't understand the scenario. Even that needs to be explored in court, because just talking about it doesn't make. How can you lot, whoever the jury, whatever came to that conclusion? What did you speak to the man? Have you spoken to everybody around them? Have you gone? How has this not gone to trial? How is this not in court to be argued out, challenged, like have lawyers?
Yet for all, they want to bring in laws where you can't slap your kid.
This is what I'm saying.
But you can kill them with your gun and say, "Whoops, I'm sorry."
I don't understand it.
I don't understand. It's a weird. This is weird, and it's like, and it just reeks of who are you connected to? What is going on? Because how? Chris Harrison, he's from the UK.
Also,
I don't understand.
Isn't she a British citizen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
the UK government apparently are waiting to find out what happens. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Waiting to find out what? If in the country it's taken place in, nothing is happening, why can't you do your extradition shits and bring the person over here and try him over here for the death of a British citizen?
Where it's like, oh, we're not involved, it's that law. It's nothing. They're doing that shit.
The mother actually, based on some notes from the article, Lucy Harrison's mother described this decision not to charge him as baffling and beyond comprehension. An Austin-based criminal defense lawyer told the New York Post that political climate and the conservative nature of the county may have influenced the outcome, as we said. The same lawyer said criminally required proof. The lawyer also noted reports that Harrison had been drinking white wine earlier that day, which could be considered when assessing negligence. It is so weird. It is too weird. Who is he connected to? It has to go to that. And we're in this space where it's not even too far-fetched. Because when, I think you were saying, we were like conspiracy theorists, they get written off. Right now, I don't know if you lot saw the Josh Johnson comedy skit. He's like, I have to apologize to all my conspiracy theorist friends, because right now they're being proven absolutely. We have to look at everything through every type of lens. Because now all I'm thinking is, who the hell are you connected to?
I mean,
a functioning. Hold on.
Nothing was a lie. Yeah, when it was the whole thing of, look, there is a set of folks who are the elites that are killing children, eating them, trafficking all in front of our faces. Nothing was a lie.
Nothing.
The fact that within the Epstein files, so far, I think 3 people have found 3 different Wayfair receipts.
Yes,
nothing was a lie.
Pizzagate. Yeah, and Wayfair.
Well, they had another way of talking about children, jerky. Apparently, that it was like beef jerky.
Yeah, we did the Wayfair thing, didn't we, on the News and Nonsense? Looking at when they were ordering, and then it's like randomly the price is 50,000 for a standard cupboard.
Yeah.
In just reading further into the article, they said that he was a functioning, the fact that Harrison, a functioning alcoholic, had allegedly gulped down a 17-ounce carton of white wine the morning he killed his daughter, was also a major factor. I think it should be noted that he had been drinking that day as well. So that's another element to this, that she cannot believe that this is not considered a criminal negligence.
Look, you can't get into a car. Like, you cannot get into a car, right, and have drank a whole bottle of wine or whatever the fuck it is, kill somebody and not suffer any charges. Why are you allowed to have a gun and do the same? It's baffling to me. And say, whoops, like, because you can be driving your car and say, whoops, I accidentally hit this other car. I didn't mean to. Whoops, my foot just went down on the pedal. Whoops.
Right. That's what they said.
He can use a firearm and it's a whoops moment. Your daughter is dead.
Yeah.
The daughter you were arguing with all day for Trump. She's dead.
That's what the lawyer was saying.
The wickedest thing is she was leaving for the airport to come back home.
That's wicked. That's heartbreaking. For the mother, that's heartbreaking. For everyone involved, it's heartbreaking. The lawyer was also saying, I've seen cases in Texas, as you're saying, where individuals have been indicted for manslaughter or criminally negligent homicide for running traffic lights.
There's a guy in America at the moment, a black guy. I forget his name. I wish I could remember his name. And he's serving 65 years for what is it? What's he serving 65 years for? What did he steal? For stealing anyway, right? That's what he's doing 65 years for. I need to find it. I'll drop it in the group.
The one that everyone's coming out to
that guy
protest,
boy.
Defend. He was given 65 years as a boy,
As a boy.
Yes.
He hasn't killed nobody. He hasn't even attempted to kill nobody. He hasn't wounded a single person. But he's serving 65 years.
Wow. Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to find it because that part.
Strike 3000 says the problem is you're placing values you have on their person, when in reality a lot of white men have shown that they view their women as property in the truest sense. Basically,
it's true. That is true. That is true. Dare she challenge him? Dare she do this? Dare she come? And even if I see your mother in your face and I'm vexed, and that's your mother talking and then doing shit like that because you're vexed. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but I've seen a lot of Trump people, MAGA people, basically say that what did you do? Like, their kids have been arguing with them, and their kids have been saying, you know, how would you feel if this situation happened to me, if I was molested or if I was shot or blah blah blah? And they're just like, well, what did you do? Like, we believe in the system, and it's just like bizarre that you would put all of this shit above your own child. I just don't get it.
But they do, because there was something I was going to do the other day that she's not the daughter of Gerald Ford, but she's from a family, something like that, the Gerald Ford situation. And she was MK Ultra woman. And she spoke about how her parents, her dad, in exchange for money and power, exchanged her, and she was traded and she was abused by a whole, again, cabal of men for money, for power. So if you can do that to your own children and not to distract from Mountbatten, whatever his name should be anymore, and then Fergie and going to saying I've got my daughter, I don't know whatever Fergie said about bringing my daughter to the Epstein, whatever, and then Nick taking his kids to dinner with Epstein, like all these things.
Contacting him when you know that he's in jail for pedophilia. It's like,
are you okay?
They're clearly not.
Yes. Any more comments? We move on. We've got another story. Just move on. Are we good? Oh,
Cher.
Welcome, Cher. Thank you. Cher says not sentencing him saves Trump the admin from pardoning him later. Thank you for that, Cher. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put that one up. But saying that, Digital Warrior said they paid a Canadian woman out for being used in MK Ultra. Yeah, that stuff. Again, that was written off as conspiracy theory madness. But right now, that's what's happening. All right, so moving on. So the Caribbean.
Before we move on, can we just say condolences to the Sharifness? I can't say your name properly, but she was saying that she lost her son to natural causes last year, and she doesn't understand this. And so, just condolences to you. And equally, I don't understand it either.
Sorry, massive condolences. Sorry. Yes. So I've captioned this lot: Black Power and Global Positioning. So there's this story that's happening, and then it links to the other one, to another one I want to say. So first of all, Caribbean and Africa unite in a historic reparations push opening. So Caribbean nations and African states have joined forces in a coordinated bid for reparations, linking to the transatlantic slave trade. The Commonwealth Secretary, General Shirley Botchway, said member states are expected to advance formal discussions while CARICOM and the African Union prepare to present a United Nations resolution declaring the slave trade the greatest crime against humanity. I couldn't find any video on this, but that alone is very important. And yeah, this is what the CARICOM and African Union should be doing, looking at ways to unite and move forward on clarting the rest of the West that have been mashing them up. I'm on it. They're saying that the reparatory justice could include economic partnerships, develop initiatives, and symbolic acknowledgement in addition to financial compensation. I don't know how they'll present and I don't know what your thoughts on how this would work are, but yeah, I
think there's more power in togetherness, isn't there? Like the strength in power. The strength in unity is what I mean to say. Like a lot of times, like where these things fall down is individuals are trying to have reparations and to, have their own cases. Yeah. Whereas if you've got all of the Caribbean and then all of Africa coming together and saying, look, as a united front, we are the global majority. Firstly, let's just say that. But as a united front, let's pull together and strengthen numbers. Thank you. Let's pull together and do something rather than doing it in silo. Doesn't ever work.
Yeah. So CARICOM representatives are holding talks with British officials regarding reparations for slavery and colonialism. CARICOM and the African Union are preparing a United Nations resolution to declare the transatlantic slave trade the greatest crime against humanity, scheduled for presentation on 25th of March. We will definitely cover that. The Africa CARICOM summit in Addis Ababa formalized joint pursuit of reparations as a shared agenda for the decade. And then just a bit of backstory. When Britain abolished slavery in 1833, compensation was paid to slave owners, while formerly enslaved people received no compensation to date.
Let's not end the sentence there. And British people, including descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, were paying taxes to pay off the fucking debts. Sorry, to pay off the money that was given to the former slave owners until 2007, is it?
Yeah, just the other day. The other
either 2007 or 17, I can't remember, one of those anyway.
It's not long ago.
I paid for myself.
Yeah, we're paying taxes for our freedom. Are you mad? Yeah. Someone said it. I can't remember who said it. Was it Striker that said something about not trusting the African Union?
Yeah, I mean, someone else though. But
we know that we have people in power across the world that are only serving their best interests. There's a story that I'll get to. I think, hopefully, I've still got it on the doc. We know that.
It says it was 2012. Thank you.
There you go. We know that there are compromises being made. We know that people are compromised, but we hope that there are enough people in both of these organizations, both of these unions and these factions that can at least push something. And again, it's down to us, as Nana's always saying, it's down to us, the people, to make sure we hold our leaders accountable in the best way that we can, as hard as it can be.
And the thing is, we do have some good leaders. Yes, there's corruption. Yes, there is. There's corruption in the Caribbean. There's corruption in Africa, in the African countries as well. There is. There's corruption everywhere. However, there are some good leaders in those spaces too. Yeah. So hopefully, if the good leaders push this forward, then everybody else has got to follow.
Yeah, exactly. Pittsburgh dude says Ibrahim Traore is the leader of the free world. The AES is the vanguard of civilization. Other people are saying the African Union and ECOWAS are not to be trusted. Look, we have the power to investigate, we have the power to talk. So it's the power to hold them accountable. And I know it's not easy, but this is a start. But with this starting, we then have things like the US is pressuring Caribbeans to end Cuban medical program because of their sanctions against Cuba. The United Nations has urged Caribbean governments to stop participating in Cuba's long-running medical brigade program, alleging forced labor and human rights abuses. Ironic. Regional leaders have warned that ending the partnership could seriously weaken healthcare systems that rely heavily on Cuban-trained doctors and scholarship. So
Cuban-trained doctors are some of the best doctors in the world.
Exactly. Let's take that wonderful donation from Ashes to Ashes, and I'll share a video clip.
Thank you, Ashes.
Hi, Ashes. Yeah, you haven't been here for a minute. Hello, my love.
Hey,
9.99. Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Long time I don't make it on a Sunday. Wee. Welcome.
Long time we don't see you, girl.
Exactly.
Everybody say thank you to Ashes, please.
Thank you. And follow suit. And guys, if you want to join the town halls, there's only a couple of it's a membership or a couple of coppers. And we'll have you come and share your thoughts at the town hall later on. So as I was saying about this woman breaks it down.
Doctors around the world every year. The US wants that to stop. Cuba's healthcare system is sometimes considered as one of the best around the world, even surpassing those of higher income countries. In Cuba, there's one doctor for about every 155 people, a ratio much higher than places like Italy, Canada, UK, and the US. And since the 1959 revolution, Cuba has sent up to 400,000 doctors across the globe to respond to disease outbreaks and other medical crises. Those medical missions provide free or low-cost care and are often seen as a lifeline for communities across the global south. In fact, Cuba provides lower-income countries with more medical staff than all the G7 countries put together. Some have even been part of solidarity programs that went to Haiti after the floods, provided support during Ebola outbreaks in Africa, or helped respond to the COVID-19 pandemic in 40 countries. And a large percentage are in Venezuela. These doctors often work in difficult environments and receive a fixed salary from the Cuban government. Today, there are about 24,000 Cuban doctors stationed in more than 50 countries. Cuba also trains about 10 to 12,000 new doctors every year, with many being international students from Latin America, Africa, and Asia. Doctors from over 120 countries have trained on the island's 13 medical universities. But now the US is putting pressure on other countries to put that practice to a stop, claiming the medical outreach programs are forced labor and threatening sanctions against governments that participate. The Prime Minister of St. Lucia was quoted saying the US had even ordered the country to stop sending its medical students to Cuba, although US officials denied this. Cuba's medical missions are a major source of foreign currency after decades of US blockade, which has massively impacted Cuba's health system, with doctors leaving the country and those that remain unable to access life-saving medicine. The UN warns that new moves by the US, like cutting off Cuba's supplies of oil, have put Cuba on the verge of humanitarian collapse. And with the US now obstructing Cuba's medical outreach programs, those impacts could soon be felt far from Cuba and across the global south.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, so this has nothing to do with medicine, doctors, or anything else. They know that this has been a means for Cuba to stay afloat. Yeah. And cutting it off is then Cuba becomes destitute, runs back to America, and America can take over Cuba, which they've wanted to do for almost 100 years now. They've wanted to have Cuba. So it's very obvious what the thing is. If you're going to talk about anything to do with humanitarian issues, America, you're probably a part of the biggest child trafficking ring ever.
Okay.
So, you drugged your own population. Like you don't actually have a moral high ground over anybody. That somebody else hasn't even come and freed your citizens it should have happened.
I just wanted to play a bit of just the St. Lucian president, speaking just for himself, just a few words.
For decades, Cuba has been a cornerstone for educating St. Lucian doctors and medical professionals. However, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre revealed at the Second World Congress on Racial and Ethnic Health Disparities that shifting geopolitical pressure from the United States has forced a change. He stated that local students can no longer do their medical studies in Cuba.
But we have a big problem. Many of our doctors got trained in Cuba, and now the great United States have said we can't do that any longer. So this is a major problem that I have to face. Some of my colleagues have already taken a position and banned them. So most of our health, most of our doctors, most of them, am I right though? Yeah, 1, 2, Cuba too? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 of our best doctors are trained in Cuba. And now they also have Cubans who come over to work, right? So the American government has said that we can't even train them in Cuba. So I have a major issue, man.
Congress Chair Professor Sir Cato Lorenzen stated that there are ways to navigate the international pressures being brought to bear on St. Lucia's healthcare system. He pointed to successful initiatives at the University of Connecticut's Cato T. Lorenzen Institute as a roadmap. 2 specific programs are already making an impact, named the St. Lucia Just Us Moving, which focuses on fitness and healthy lifestyles, and St. Lucia Just Us Making Produce. This program focuses on cultivation. Professor Sir Lorenzen also pointed to those in the diaspora supporting St. Lucia's healthcare system.
We're addressing and talking about these disparities at the meeting, including climate change. I think what the minister said is very important. We of the diaspora, who have St. Lucian background, need to work more closely with St. Lucia. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. There are a number of physicians at the meeting, and I think that we would very much like to work with St. Lucia, with the new hospital system, and be a part of it. So while I think that there may be restrictions that may be coming, as I said, when life deals you with lemons, you make lemonade.
Mr. Pierre also addressed the staggering financial hurdles facing local healthcare. One example he provided is the commissioning of the St. Jude Hospital, which carries a price tag of roughly $15 million. He stated that this cost cannot be covered by the national budget, while the government looked to the Citizenship by Investment Program, CIP, to fill the gap. Mr. Pierre noted that the program is facing its own set of challenges.
These disparities, apart from social and economic, they must filter down into health disparities. We have, in St. Lucia, we've tried to have a school feeding program where we try to ensure that our kids get at least one solid, nutritious meal per day. But sometimes the funders determine that you have to buy certain foods. I have no choice.
Oh, God.
So these disparities, unless we as a region can change our lifestyles, can change our thought processes.
The Prime Minister challenged those in the room to turn their data into actionable plans. He insisted that ending healthcare disparities requires real-world results, not just findings published in academic journals. For the DBS News World, Miriam.
It was good to hear, because it's good to hear the challenges with leader, like the restrictions that are put on them, and you are faced with: do we get a hospital and then we're in debt to America? Do I say no? Then we have to try and get people back from.
But America's not funding the hospital. It's just they just said that it's the equivalent of that many dollars.
Yeah,
America's not funding the hospital.
I thought he said US donors. I thought he said US donors.
No, he said dollars. It's the equivalent of X amount of US dollars. Because in the Eastern Caribbean, which St. Lucia is part of, they speak in dollars first, and then Eastern Caribbean dollars next. It's US dollars, which is very annoying for me when I go there. But that's what they do. That's how they.
It happens
in a lot. Yeah.
But no, I thought he said the hospital was being funded by US donors.
No, he said dollars.
Who's funding the hospital? Where he said they're dictating where you have to buy your food from.
He was talking about as well how by giving citizenship, sometimes like selling citizenship for investment citizenship, I think he said.
Yeah.
That's a way of funding it as well. But there's restrictions. Basically, what he was saying is there's a lot of restrictions upon them, and I get that. But it is annoying to me that America can dictate to Africans and Caribbean countries where they can fucking get their medical doctors trained from.
Exactly.
It's like Cuba is out here not doing. Cuba has had restrictions enforced on everyone since the 50s. Yeah, they've had these restrictions and Cuba has still managed to provide the world with the best doctors, some of the best doctors in the world, right? And they've also managed to answer the call to go and help people during times of tragedy where other countries have not stepped up. Cuba have managed to do that. Like Nana said, it's also a way of them being able to, fund themselves, essentially, right? Yeah. It's disgusting to me that Donald Trump, not even Donald Trump, sorry, let me remove that America was out here putting sanctions on Cuba and saying that it's to do with humanitarian reasons, right? When, like you said before, like, let's look on your own doorstep.
Right.
You're taking the rights from women away from themselves, of the autonomy of their body. You are killing your citizens in the streets. You are not fucking punishing people who can shoot their kids just like that. You're doing all of these things. There are people who are on fucking food stamps in your own country, can't feed themselves, right? But you lot are making money. And you want to chat to Cuba. It reminds me of the sanctions that the Israelis are putting on the Palestinians as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
They're trying to squeeze them. The other day they were talking about like they're going to stop everybody from sending oil to Cuba, which is going to just dramatically change their lives and stop them from being able to do basic things, which is why Mexico stepped up and said, no, we're going to help them out.
Yeah.
I need a coalition of other countries just to be like, I don't care what America is trying to put sanctions on them. We are not following suit. In the same way that Donald Trump just this week can be like, I'm not following anything to stop climate change. We are not committed to anything that we said that we're going to do. So let's do the same. If the US can pull out of climate change, where you know that this affects countries, it's not going to directly affect your country now with how the climate is changing, but that Pakistan could be underwater, that there is going to be devastation around the world if you don't get your emissions in check. If you're like, look, bun them, I don't care what happens, can we do the same? There are more. Can we not just be like, you know what, actually, America, then you be an island by yourself. You do your thing over there. We are going to do our thing. Why are we allowing them? Because this is allowing them to be the world's police. It has to change. There has to be a solidarity. And you know what? Bun you guys. No, we're not following it. No.
Someone in the comment mentioned about there are a lot of white Cubans who are for this. But we do know that during the revolution and things like that, and even in Venezuela, a lot of people left because it was no longer benefiting them. They were like the richer people, not always, but a lot of the richer people left because what was happening was no longer going to benefit them. So I think that those people throughout the decades have wanted the fall of those countries so that they can return.
And pillage it again is basically what they want to do. They want to be able to go back there and be like the elites. It's Elon Musk leaving South Africa. It's because they were no longer able to just take everything from the country as it's changing. This is what a lot of people, even when you talk about taxing the rich, and it pisses me off when somebody may have amassed like 2 million. So yes, you are richer than your circle, let's say. That's not who we're talking about. We are talking about the top 1% that own more wealth than combined 5 billion people. And it's like, it's 12 folks, 12 families have that wealth. That is so disgusting. I can't even believe that you will have folks waxing lyrical about, no, you can't tax the rich. What are you talking about? We have to redistribute the wealth. It has to. They have to fall. There's no other way around it.
That's the only problem with Cuba. Like, just ridiculous rebelling against their politics just because they're not, like, you guys are proven to be, I don't know what to call it now, fascists, whatever the case. And these people have got their way of doing things and you just want to challenge it.
They just don't like it. So you
don't want a demonstration of how something could be, not to say that the country's perfect, how stuff could be. Sorry, go on. I was going to say hi, Abraham from Australia. This is News and Nonsense, brought to you by Your Aunties Could Never. We discuss
Abraham.
News and nonsense of the past week around the world. Welcome. Please sign up.
Where in Australia are you from? I won't do the accent.
Please sign up to our membership. And also, if you want to share your thoughts, happy to take your donations.
And
Yes.
also, good evening.
Or good
Good
day.
evening, isn't it? Good hour.
It's good evening. It's night time there.
I just wanted to say good day, obviously.
Oh, okay, I get you.
It's nuts. Okay, Soul Capital is saying, well, you can join our town hall and share more. Join our town hall. We'll share a link later on if you want to say more about Cuba. Soul Capital is saying you people need to be more informed about Cuba. It's nuts. How much money can you actually spend?
Oh, you know what? Where isn't? Is a question. Where isn't nuts? But when you have a set of people that are going around actually helping the world and providing doctors, can we just knock it off?
Yeah.
We just knock it off, really.
Obviously there's going to be problems, but also
we said 10 minutes ago there's corruption everywhere. Less than 10 minutes ago.
Heavy sanctions on a country for what reason? If it's their self-sanctioning or the people are rebelling against the establishment without outside influence, that's a different conversation. But when America with its who told you self putting sanctions because they're not doing what they want, it's not. Then America's not helping the Cubans for out of any kind of self-serving feeling like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for these people. We want to help. No, sorry, generosity. They're self-serving themselves.
Not that, because it's a strategic. It's a strategic location for them.
Yeah. Resources, control, power. It's not that. There's not to say there's dictatorships and there's some bad leaders that we have that around the world, not to excuse it, but we cannot say that Cuba is shit. And then so let America do what they want to it.
Exactly. It's that part. We're not out here saying these countries aren't shit, but America should not be in control of them because you're shit too. Then your politicians are shit. Our politicians shouldn't be in control of them because our politicians are shit.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
Everybody needs to mind their own fucking business. Don't go and tell St. Lucia and the Caribbean countries not to do what who told you? Then you're going to sanction them, and then put in the prime minister like, what do I do?
We're not going to send any doctors over there, and you can't send any doctors over here because we don't like immigration. So you can't send your people over here to be trained, But yet, for all, we're going to tell you what you can do in your own country.
And this is why we have to challenge ECOWAS, African Union, CARICOM, all those people that come together. We challenge them, but we also can't just be like, they're shit, we're corrupt, because it's just going to be a never-ending circle of nothing. If someone's trying to pull something together, then we need to really be stringent. Like, who are the people within those factions that are speaking truth and really evidently trying to do something, and we get behind them? We need to know their names. I don't know anybody's name. I don't know the leaders and the structure of CARICOM or ECOWAS or African Union. So there's something that we as Black people of the diaspora also need to know more of. We need to know who's who and who we can kind of like, okay, let's, like Traore is now the poster child of the revolution. There has to be more. He's not the only one. And that thing is like focusing on one, that's when he gets that over stimulation of power, and they try and take him out. There's already been reports that they keep on trying to take him out.
They keep trying.
But let's look at everybody and try and get behind a bunch of them. Strength in numbers, as they say. So on the back of that,
interesting. 1 second. Soul Capitalist says it's bad philosophy there. Cuba is an autarky. I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Let me get that word.
They don't want to trade with the US anyway. I don't think that's what it is. And even though your thing says soul capitalist, to think that capitalism is a structure that we should be adopting around the world, I think is absolute folly. For one, there are lots of different ways that you have monetary systems, and capitalism will keep and has to keep a large majority of humans poor in order for it to work. You have to have a large section of a working class, and then you have to have a small amount of people that will reap the benefits of what humans can produce. That to me is, it's not even about being fair. I think it's actually insane that humans would be like, look, this is a system that we should work under. And I actually welcome any other society that tries to work with different systems that are fairer for the majority of people. And if you are against that, I feel like you are actually against humanity. I don't understand how you can be like, look, a small section of folks should get super rich. Why? And use and have access to the world that the majority don't have access to. Ludicrous to me.
Yeah.
It's weird. And Pittsburgh says Cuba is a heroic country, and I don't give a damn what all the reactionaries try to say about it. Look, everyone for and against, for every we've literally said this. People that live in Cuba might for or against us. It is what it is. Living in the place, we don't live there. But what doesn't change, America has no business telling anyone else what to do when their own shit is fucked inside. That's all.
Yeah. Neither does the UK, by the way.
And
we say that all the time.
Let me say Western power.
I'm just saying that before someone jumps on it.
Yeah. Western
We're not
power.
sitting here saying that the UK is great either. Just FYI.
Yeah, absolutely. And just speaking about the control and the hypocrisy and the shit, Ethiopia is facing legal action over its debt. So Ethiopia is facing legal action linked to sovereign debt obligations, highlighting pressures on African economies within global financial systems. We're going to play this video because imagine them being sued because they can't pay back the debt that they thought they needed to get into. Well, apart from that, just the debt anyway, in order to survive. And this is similar kind of problems that the Prime Minister of St. Lucia is facing and other leaders from so-called third world countries, actually global majority countries, because the way that they destabilize them is like this.
Ethiopia has been trying to negotiate debt relief for the last 5 years. My daughter was born around the same time as they began this process, and she's learned to read and write in the same time as the world has failed to agree debt relief for Ethiopia. Now, just over a year ago, government lenders such as France and China did agree a debt relief deal, but private lenders led by BR Capital and Farallon Capital Management have been pushing for far more money. They've used the threat of legal action to bully Ethiopia into signing up to a bad deal. France and China said that the deal was a bad deal and that Ethiopia needed to renegotiate it. In response, the private lenders have said they're now going to sue Ethiopia in the UK for even more money, pushing for even higher profits. This situation is particularly difficult for Ethiopia because they're caught between a rock and a hard place. The threat of legal action has pushed them into a bad deal, but France and China have rightly recognized it is a bad deal and so won't sign off on it. So Ethiopia is trapped in the middle. The one country that can help them out is the UK. Ethiopia's debts are governed by English law, which means the UK could pass a law to say that no creditor can sue for more than other creditors. Ethiopia is being sued in London because its debts are governed by English law, and this is not unusual. 90% of the debts of lower income countries to private creditors are governed by English law. That's why the UK has to take responsibility and create a fairer system by changing the law here. Our allies, the African Forum and Network on Debt and Development, are saying that this case once again shows that the G20's debt relief process has failed. Instead, we need a UN framework for debt relief.
That is an interesting one.
I don't know. It's leaning into what again? Why is the UK overseeing? Why are we? And that's where it's like,
most of the banking system is via the UK. That's basically how our tiny island manages to stay rich because of this. They take a portion of the interest of most financial loans. The UK takes it's a small percentage, but they enforce it, and this is how we make our money. Basically, this is what they deal in. Loan sharks.
Basically, have been for a long time.
Yeah.
Let me play this on the back of what you're saying.
UK is the 6th largest economy on this planet, but if you go north, it doesn't feel like it. In fact, if you take London out of the equation, the UK is poorer per capita compared to Mississippi. To give you some context, Mississippi is the poorest state in the United States. And the question now is, how did the UK, who once controlled 25% of the entire planet, end up so divided as well as in debt? Much of this really started after World War II, where countries like Germany as well as Japan built new modern factories, while the UK did not do the same. And the country was massively in debt to the United States, and overnight it became one of the biggest creditors to one of the biggest debtors in the world. And bad policy decisions would happen again in the 1980s, when the country decided not to be a country that produced things anymore, but a country that simply moved money around. And although London became massively wealthy, the rest of the country struggled, leading to a two-speed economy. This is really hard for the majority of people in the UK since not everyone can be bankers as well as financiers. In fact, the majority of the population struggles to have good-paying jobs. And as the country struggles to bring in money because all they have is finance, the country needed to borrow more. And this includes pretty recent things like the 2008 crash as well as 2021. And today, the United Kingdom pays more on its debt compared to any other developed country on this planet. They're paying more money simply on the interest compared to an entire department. The UK is the sixth.
So, like, you've got your own problems. Leave everybody else alone.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Got your own fucking problems. This is what's ironic. And then just the last bit from Boris Kodjo talking about.
Yeah, I love this.
Hold on, let me get there.
Taking $500 billion a year out of Africa right now, out of their 14 ex-colonies, because they made them sign the Pact of the Continuation of Colonization back in the late 50s. And they had no choice but to sign.
And what does that look like? Because that means, so whenever these 14 countries that are, you know, part of that, like when they have goods that they want to export, they can't, because
yes, they can, but they have to export them to France.
They have to export them to France.
And then have to buy back. They have to buy back the products. They export the natural resources, the raw materials, and then they have to buy back the products from France.
With their money.
With their money. Now, France also forces them to spend to give up to 85% of the GDP to France. Up to 85%, right? They force them to give them French companies the first right of refusal for every public or private contract, right?
So if they say, hey, we got some cocoa beans here, we want to sell it to America.
No economic sovereignty, no food sovereignty, no power sovereignty, right? Because they're forced, again, to export their resources to France and then buy back the products to survive. That's what's going on right now.
And this is why the France are kicking them some.
Exactly. And that's why, and France is taking the 500 billion and they invested in the stock market in France to the tune of trillions of dollars. Africa's not getting that. France is keeping that. And if somebody speaks up, they turn off the faucet of the currency because France is printing the currency for those 14 countries. That's why now you have people like President, like Burkina Faso.
What's the other guy? Niger and
Mali, Niger.
Those guys,
exactly.
I'm glad this happening. It's real.
Who are getting together.
Yes.
And they're kicking out France, because what happened before, if a country said no, France would pour concrete in their sewage system, in their water supply. They would destroy the schools and the hospitals before they leave, right? Then they would come in with mercenaries.
Yeah.
And they would take people out. Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now. So colonization is not over.
I'm glad he explained it.
Colonize. I love. Yeah, he's brilliant.
I'm glad he explained it so succinctly, in such a simple terms, in terms of export. But that's only just that. That's one level of what they do. And then the IMF will come in because your country will be in such deficit because you're basically funding France. And so you still have your own country's basic needs that you need to do. Then the IMF will come along and be like, hey guys, we can help you. So you guys need some new roads. Okay, so sign up to this loan. And so then 85% of your money is going to this country, to France, funding them. And then you'll have a loan that you need to pay off with interest as well. So you basically have nothing, but you need your population to keep on making humans, to keep on working, to produce, to keep it going, or it's all going to flatline. And this is the strain that so many African countries are under. And I understand when the leaders are like, look, it's a lot. I'm just going to try and help me and my cronies out so that we can get through this. And part of the population, you're fending for yourselves. I get the cycle that they're in. But at some point, everybody has to make a stand and be like, no more. We cannot do this. You cannot just take our resources from us. You've had us for hundreds of years now. Enough is enough. France would collapse. If Africa was like, absolutely not. And Britain is the same. That's why they come up with terms like the Commonwealth. Like, because if everybody was like, absolutely not, no, piss off, no, you're out of here, it would collapse.
Look, in the Caribbean, there are still, like, the Eastern Caribbean dollar has got the royal family's head on it. Like, the notes still have. That's why when they say you're free, not independent, like, there's a difference. There's a clip just after where Boris continues explaining colonialism and like how it's still happening. If you guys get a chance, just go onto that and have a look at it. It's a great interview.
I like that. I like that what they're doing with that pod as well, breaking down myths. And again, not to harp on, but when people in the chat saying, you know, Africans don't fight back, you lot, there's real, as Nana said, and as far as saying like there's, and what we've shown and demonstrated in the stories before, the West are not playing with what they're doing.
Also, they take you out. Like, it's not just African leaders that have been taken out. They've been Caribbean leaders that have been taken out.
That's what I said.
Exactly. I'm agreeing with you. We've spoken about it here. Any redemption song, yes, that's one of. Listen to that tune. But any time a black leader of a black country proves that seems to be a threat, they get taken out. Mm-hmm. And I mean like a real one, not like a corrupt one that's taking backhanders. A real one. They get taken out.
And as Boris was saying,
Morris Bishop, exactly.
they do things to hinder their community, like pouring cement into water.
Right? I'm going to leave, but I'm going to fuck you lot up before I go.
Afterwards. Like, are you? Like, that shows how, I mean, we're seeing how mad and evil they are anyway. We are seeing
psychotic.
It's
actually psychotic.
Crazy.
Even like what France did to Cuba, not Cuba, sorry, to Haiti. We're going to leave, but you're going to pay us. And you're going to keep paying us for the longest, for hundreds of years. And we're not going to allow you to benefit and to fill your country with what it needs. We're just going to keep taking from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know folks always say, but now they're inviting Russia and China in. I think we have to be a little bit more smarter to the pressures that they're under, because the things that they're fighting against it's not just the economic powers, it's the military might. That's why they stay in it's not even cahoots. They stay under their rule is because of the military might. And if you don't have it because you haven't been able to even develop weaponry like that, then you need to rely on other sources. And the only other sources are their enemies, who are also their friends. Like, don't even think enemies like that. It's just fractions of power. So in that instance, in order to have some military might to fight the West, you need to align with China and Russia. And yes, most definitely, we don't know what their plans are and what type of colonial rulers they too will be. But if you want to try and get underneath power, sometimes you run to another fraction of power and hope that they are better than the ones that you're fighting against. It's how it goes. So it's the only way to work is to align yourself with Russia or China or both of them, just in case the US, like they are doing in Caribbean waters now, decide, you know what, we're just going to bomb fishermen. And they do that for a reason.
And the Caribbean countries did, like, Grenada is not even allowed to have a military. Like, we're not even allowed shit like that. We are not allowed to like in Grenada. Let me tell you something. You can get done for having army wear. Like, if I went there in military wear, it's illegal to wear military wear. I'm not saying I've never done it, but it's illegal.
Same as in Ghana.
Done for that.
Yeah. What are you wearing combats for? Because
you can't wear combats in Ghana. It's the same shit. So it's really, this is the thing where then all you can do is align with China.
Another superpower. Because you do need to, because the fact that they remember, we got American military bases within all of our countries. A lot of the, what do you call it, Caribbean and Africas, they have got, African countries and in the Caribbean, they've got military bases because they're spying.
But that's part of it, because
if you move left, right, they'll be onto you. So what you do, they will then be talking to the leader saying, why is this happening? As we've already spoken about, them going into Iran saying, why have you got nuclear? You can't have nuclear. Or if you want to have nuclear, have one nuclear and we can have 1,000. All that type of stuff.
And we don't know what's going on in Israel, but we don't mind because they're our allies.
Yeah.
But the countries that don't have those bases they're being punished for it.
Yeah.
Countries that are not allowing them to do that, they're being punished for it.
Yeah. I'm really trying to find a thing I had, because I'm hoping I'll find it by next week. There's a new thing, and I'm not going to have all the facts until I find it. A new thing that a bunch of African countries have signed up for, and it's masked as some sort of help or kind of, I wish I could explain it better. But basically, again, we don't know what's been put on them for them to sign up, but they're signing up to this thing that ultimately gives more power over to the West to pretend that they're coming in to help and explore and support. But it's just more ways of them getting their tentacles into the land. And so many African countries have signed up to this thing. And we've got the commentators like, why? Again, there's different reasons why, but there's also frustration, which is a real frustration as why. What would happen if we said no? And we understand, we've just spoken about the worst things, but there's some of the things like even paying back debt. If you stop paying debt, I know the sanctions will happen, but what is the new thinking of if you were to able to just say, okay, we're not going to pay you back the debt, France. We're just going to focus on ourselves. If you sanction us away. I suppose this is what's happening in Cuba, but how much, if all of the countries did it, just exploring and understanding that, because I know it's hard. I know we've just said how hard it is, but what does that look like?
I think the thing with what happens is you see it in small snippets of what happens when you deny it. It is basically, let's just take Libya. Let's just take Gaddafi. And he managed to build so much wealth and capital and really help his country to a point where for years America kept on, and Britain kept on coming after him. And then he got quite powerful where it was like, okay, we're going to try and work with him. This is the facade. We're going to try and work with him. Remember, they were going to Libya and being like, oh my God, it's been 30 years since we touched down here, and they do all of that grandeur. But they're basically sewing people in to take you out. Now, what they did with Libya, and they are still trying to get up underneath this, is his banking systems. While they were saying that he's going after everybody and we must take him out, they stopped his banks. So the country's wealth then is now sanctioned against. But basically, US and UK are using his money. And it's to the tune, they say it's about 500 billion that they have siphoned off from Libya. So now the government that are coming now, they don't have that wealth to trade power with. So you've basically gutted it out. So you were rising up to be like, we're going to take Africa to somewhere. They take you out, but they don't just take out the leader, they take your wealth with you. That's why. So then a country can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go against it, unless you have a consortium and you hold your value somewhere else so that the West can't then stop your money. Can't just,
that's the part.
You. That's the thing that we kind of, the banking needs to move away. And that was the hope with, crypto and all of the other different banking systems. But there needs to be another banking system so that when they take the leader out, you may go, but millions of people may die. But they can't take the wealth as well.
I'm sorry, I just, we don't give way to trolls, but Damien says,
I'm deleting him.
No, I don't even want to delete it. I think it's hilarious. Like, haven't you got anything better to do? You're watching us and telling us nothing better to do. Thank
you for your comment. It's all helping our engagement.
Exactly. So especially if you're in the US as well.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You see what we're doing? We're trying to educate the people with our little knowledge and helping you lot go and do your own research yourselves. What are
it's
you
Sunday
doing?
and you got shit to do.
And you go to church. You need church. You need redemption. There was this might be
come out of your basement.
Exactly. There was an online debate that I just wanted to jump to. This is out of sync, but an online debate has emerged on whether behaviors often described as white supremacy should instead be framed as white narcissism, focusing on entitlement and insecurity, because sometimes word to power, that white supremacy thing has people in a chokehold. So renaming it might be a thing, especially as narcissism is our new favorite word. So this is what this person was saying. 1 second.
I was sitting at home with my ex-partner, who I was actually with at the time. So he's my ex-husband, father of my kids. We got divorced in 2024.
Sorry. It's the wrong one.
Damn link.
Damn it.
You put in there.
I know it's the wrong link. All this time, because I've had it on the thing for so long. I'm so annoyed. This is what happens.
So they want to produce a new word of white narcissism.
Yes, hold on. Hopefully I'll find it.
Yeah, because supremacism is like...
Supremacism is ridiculous.
Like
you definitely shouldn't be saying that. I just stick with pathology because it works in so many different ways. that it's seeped in. It's an illness. It should be studied.
I'm inclined to agree with you because it doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Something's got to happen. Something's going on, isn't it?
Let's see.
I love her.
Now, okay, I'm sorry. Before you play this,
Supremacy.
is she real or AI?
Oh, I think no, she's real. I've seen where she doesn't look as crisp. She's real.
Because she's even a bit cross-eyed. She's real.
No, she's real. She's real. I've seen like her look different.
Okay.
She looks amazing here, but she's real.
Not sure.
No, she's real.
I'm so not sure that this is an AI.
She's real.
Okay.
I don't watch it how you watch it.
I mean, she may be
actual
real.
on
She
her
may
page.
be real. It could be me doing content, and I have my AI version that does more content for me. She may be real. But
maybe.
there's something in it where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like her videos could be 60% AI videos.
Oh, you mean okay? Like she just takes herself and puts like so. She's real because this is her,
Yeah.
but she then does AI videos. Oh, I thought she's
No, I love her.
Yes.
So maybe she actually doesn't
might
have,
just be the filter, but
she
she's
doesn't have
real.
she doesn't have the AI glow to me, but I don't know. And that's the thing
I
I
think
hate.
it's the filter.
I hate where we're at right now, where we can't just.
Yeah. She does a lot of good stuff. I love her.
And you know the reason why, and not that I never thought it in the first place, but I'm always distracted because she's got one eye, one of her eyes is a little bit tinier. So I just know because she's so open faced and pretty, her eyes get me. Anyway,
We should stop calling it white supremacy and start calling it white narcissism. And I'm going to tell you why. I was reading a book called Fear of Black Consciousness by Lewis Gordon. And something clicked so hard, y'all, I had to put the book down because I just needed a minute to process. Because a lot of what we describe as supremacy doesn't actually look like confidence or dominance. It looks like insecurity. It looks like fragility. It looks like people losing their minds the second they're not centered. And that's not supremacy. That is narcissism. Yeah. So let me explain what I mean. Malignant narcissism is basically when entitlement, lack of empathy, and obsession with control mixed with aggression is not just, I think I'm great. It's, I deserve to be centered, obeyed, deferred to. And if I'm not, somebody has to pay. So now let's look at the real world, right? Why does somebody lose it when a Black person talks about racism? Why does teaching accurate history feel like a personal attack? Why does someone crash a conversation about police violence and make it about their feelings? Why does equality feel like oppression? That's not the behavior of someone who's secure in power. That's the behavior of someone whose identity only works if everyone else stays small. Lewis Gordon talks about how whiteness gets treated as the default for being human. So when Black people speak from our own experiences, it feels like a disruption, like we're making it about race, even though race was already baked in. Everything is about race, everything. And that's where the narcissism shows up. Because narcissistic systems don't just want dominance, they want validation. They want to be admired, obeyed, and never questioned. Look at the examples. A Black athlete kneels quietly, and it's a national meltdown. Black students ask for inclusion, and it's, why are they dividing us? I say that ICE is actually modernized slave patrols. And I get white people in my comments who admittedly do not have Jewish ancestry saying, no, ICE is a Gestapo. Shut the f. That's not supremacy acting calm and assured. That's narcissism reacting to a loss of control. Malignant narcissism can't handle criticism. It can't handle boundaries. And it definitely can't handle being told you're not the center of this story. That's why the reaction is always rage, denial, or rewriting reality. And Lewis Gordon points out something really important. When people insist that their behavior is just human nature, what they're really doing is universalizing themselves. Everyone is like me. Everyone thinks like me. So if you don't, you're the problem. That is textbook narcissism. And once you see it in that way, it just makes so much more sense, right? Why equality feels like theft. Why accountability feels like persecution. Why diversity feels like erasure. Why Black consciousness is treated like danger instead of awareness. This system doesn't freak out because it's losing power. It freaks out because it's losing attention. So yeah, I'm voting to change the language because white supremacy sounds like strength. And what we're dealing with is actually a system that can't survive without admiration, dominance, and silence from everyone else. That's not supremacy, y'all. That is white narcissism. And once you name it that way, the behavior stops being confusing. It becomes predictable.
I mean,
shout out to the racists in the chat. Fuck you lot.
Only black, like you click. Oh, she get back on. Get back here. Yeah, it's only black people make about race. Okay.
I think it's so funny when folks say things like that.
Yeah.
Like that is literally a part of the pathology. And I understand her going for narcissism, but there's also a level of psychopath.
Yes,
Like there's more to it. Narcissism is also a part of it, but there are lots of different mental illnesses that go into this pathology where we can't just stop at narcissism, because it truly does need to be it needs to be studied. That you can have the world that we're in and white people be like Black History Month, what about us? It's like, bros. I feel like it's an entity anyway. I've said it here before. I think
it's something that's
an entity that has entered them, that is probably passed down genetically and is now in their DNA.
Absolutely. Did you hear about the Russian national in Ghana who could face jail? He's been, I don't even know how he got there, but he basically went to Ghana. I don't know when or how or why he was in Ghana. He's exploiting women and could face up to 3 years imprisonment if arrested and convicted under Ghanaian law. He's just basically been going up to women, capturing them on social media, filming them, but showing how easy it is to get them into bed. So he'll go up to them, call them, and it's like literally within seconds they're in his room. Ghanaian officials, they've arrested him apparently. It's really hard to find a coherent, because I also don't want to play videos of the girls themselves because, again, don't know how or why. There's been a lot of social media kind of commentary like, hey, the jokes of it all, which always stresses me out. The jokes of it all, like, look how quickly it is. Have you checked your woman?
Is he in like a hotel, or is he?
Yeah, because I think he's got a place in Ghana. I don't even understand. I'm trying to find the roots and cause of it. It's a bit hard because there's lots of social media all over and it's not really being captured in a way that's succinct. But this is a conversation about him. Someone's saying that he's been arrested. But anyway, let me play this.
Extradite Ghanaians to other jurisdictions. We will request the Russian authorities, and that's why I've invited the Russian ambassador, to work with our law enforcement. We want the gentleman to come to Ghana, to be brought back to Ghana, extradited to Ghana, for him to face the rigors of our law. Ghanaian citizens, irrespective of their decision-making, will be protected by their government. The government of John Dramani Mahama will ensure that every citizen's rights are protected. And you cannot record a citizen without their consent and air that or post that online. That constitutes a crime under the Cyber Crime Offences Act, the Cyber Security Authority Act, CSA Act 1038 of Ghana, passed in 2020 by Parliament. So we will work on it. We're working on it. We'll be with my Lelu team at Cybersecurity is building a full docket. Whether we have the gentleman or not, to extradite Ghanaian.
Okay, this is I think someone giving that overview.
We want to find out if the individual is still within the jurisdiction at all. But if he has left, maybe he's not even gone back to Russia. He's gone to a different country and went hiding somewhere and all of that. But we will look into this matter to be sure about what the situation is really, and what action ought to be taken, because people. So first of all, let me make it very clear that it is unacceptable for a foreign national to come to our country and for some reason decide to record our ladies in the manner that he did. That is not acceptable and is condemnable. And it is also an offense under the Cybersecurity Authority Act, whether by this particular individual, by any citizen or anybody, to record intimate images that both of you had agreed to record at the time you were getting intimate, to leak those images onto social media or online. You can. I don't think it's not an offense to say, look, you both of you are engaged in a certain act intimately, and then you decide to record such an act. But for you to decide that you are going to leak that act into the public domain without the consent of those individuals is completely unacceptable. And the cybersecurity want to make it quite clear that we condemn that action by the said Russian national allegedly. People have those things on their phones already, and people have it on.
That's basically what's happening.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're taking it serious.
Yeah, they need to, because So the media identified him as a self-styled pickup artist, an online blogger in his 30s who traveled to Ghana to secretly film his interactions with women. So I should have read this first. Outlets in both countries claim the man, because he's not just he's been around other countries as well. Claim the man used a pair of sunglasses fitted with a camera, so maybe Meta glasses, I don't know.
Yeah,
or those ones, to film some encounters and circulated them on social media, though officials did not confirm this. And Ghana's requesting extradition. Outlets in both countries claim, that's it. I think that's nothing new.
So basically, they need to find him. But people, I mean, I guess, yes, this is a crime, definitely. But on the wider side of people around the world feeling like you've accomplished something, sleeping with a white person is a thing.
Yes.
And so it would be easy for him.
Hold on, wait. Can I just say something? Listen, Damien, suck your mum. Yeah? Damien, suck your mum who fucked her cousin. Your dad is your cousin. Yeah? Fuck you. Come out of here, you idiot. Yeah? Talking about slags, your mum's a slag and your sister's your wife. Fuck you. Yeah? Bye.
Okay.
This chat, man. Trying to have civilized conversations here, and this prick who doesn't even know anything, who's got 15 toes and no penis, wants to be in here talking. Bye.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had to get that out. I'm reading the comments and I'm listening to people being smart and asking questions. And here's this prick chatting shit. I can't today. I'm not in the mood.
We need the Farah cussing app. People can just press it. Farah goes off. Oh Lord!
I'm sorry for everybody else out there.
No, but it's just people are just stupid.
Your dad's your cousin. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh Lord.
You guys.
I should have said, please, I'm in Sainsbury's screaming.
I actually can't.
Sorry. I don't like things like that. In case you hadn't.
I didn't see what you were saying. I didn't see.
I didn't even see. It's the fact that you came from nowhere and was just like, let me just cut him off. Damien's now in his basement trying to fight.
This is what I'm saying. He's got to figure what he can do. He can't do nothing about it. No.
Oh shit. Your mum's a slag.
It's a lot. I'm trying to find, and literally trying to do my research, and there's just.
I'm just trying to read the comments, and people are asking, good questions and all that stuff. And then I'm scrolling, and then he's just coming with his nonsense. I was like, no, I ignored the couple, and he carried on. So. I'm very sorry.
Well, thank you for you got more subscribers, please. He said, "Now I'm subscribing." This is my type of woman. There you go.
We did say at the beginning, "Don't come for us, we will come for you."
Please.
Every week somebody's got to get gunned.
It's a lot. Relax. I'm trying to find. Yeah, because I actually want to show the girl because and what I don't like, and it's that exactly that. The way I'll show the way that he does it is like he says, hey, he calls them over. They're like, okay, hi. And again, there is that kind of global thing where, okay, white means power, white means alignment, white means freedom, whatever the case is. You're going into countries and doing that. And the women are saying, yeah, okay, I'll come with you. And then you're just exposing them.
Yeah.
It's nasty. If you go on TikTok and you put in Russia, I don't want to be responsible for showing these women. And also, you don't know the repercussions because, fair enough, even if they're in a situation, a relationship, or whatever, that's not good in itself. However, you don't know the situations, and when different countries have different kind of viewpoints when it comes to women. Not every country is as advanced when it comes to the freedoms of women and the acts of women. How detrimental is that video going to do to that woman? She could get beaten, she could get killed. Do you understand what you're doing? Your responsibility for clickbait, for likes, for jokes, whatever. It's dangerous. It's actually dangerous. This guy doesn't have any care. You definitely don't have any care. for women that you're doing this to. So
no, he needs to be arrested as soon as possible. Like it needs to not turn into a fad that folks are doing, especially with these glasses as well. We all know they are going to be abused. Though I do want a pair of Meta glasses, but we know that it's going to lead to more shit. So
yeah, definitely.
Strike. But first of all, I'm so sorry. Strike £2 in this economy. You better go again. Farah's favorite tipple. Say your drink, Farah.
I've got
It costs more than £2, bro.
Won't even buy me a shot.
Come on. You need to do more.
That can't get a shot, is it? It can't get a shot.
Can't get a shot.
Yeah.
Not even a crust of water.
Can't even buy the chaser.
That's what I'm saying. Can't even buy an ice cube or
Right,
something.
are you a member yet?
Yeah.
Are you?
Exactly. Cher has been asking you to be a member for a very long time.
Listen, it does it just about the bag of Chris share. Even Chris is taking the piss these days. Strike, come again, but thank you, but come again. Thank you, but come again. It's the toxic relationship we were in.
I know, right? Do you remember when Strike didn't like us?
Right.
For about 20 seconds.
Exactly.
For real. What Strike? No, was Strike on the FBA side?
I think he was trolling, weren't you? Because then he was like, I like it in here. Here's some money.
Little Rock. Thank you.
Thank you.
You never know, Strike. Maybe you'll get that membership.
Yeah.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Guys, if you want to come up in town hall with us, I beg you, just put. We'll drop a link. And
okay, I'll put the link in now.
Any members that want to share comments on what we've spoken about so far. And speaking of repression and oppression, just to remind you what's going on in Afghanistan, authorities have introduced a new criminal regulation that rights groups say embeds restrictions on women's mobility, employment, and public presence. They now say that state control of women's daily lives means that a man can now beat his woman to control her. That's all.
They put that into law now.
Hey,
hell, man.
Let me just say it properly. In January, the Taliban enforced a new criminal code that further legalizes the violent oppression of women and girls in Afghanistan. The law recognizes husbands as the owners of their wives, granting them authority to physically punish their wives and children as long as the bone is not broken and the skin is not open. Under the law, a husband who beats his wife faces a maximum sentence of 15 days in jail, and only if the woman can prove it in court. And I swear Trump was saying something about
what the fuck? Are they even going to let her go to court? Would they let that happen? As long as the skin is not broken.
And a bone is not broken.
And a bone is not broken.
Skin is open, bone is broken. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you. 55 members.
Big up. Thank you so much. And if you got a membership, please come in a chat and say thank you.
Yeah,
let's as well. Say thank you.
And then, but yeah, that's what they're saying. And I swear Trump was talking about removing that kind of thing about men beating their husband, beating their wives. Let me just Google that fact.
He was saying that it's not a crime. Do you remember?
Yeah.
We talked about it on the main show. He was saying that shit.
He said that basically it would be 0% crime in Washington if it wasn't for people having arguments, spouses having arguments. He's like, because they just have a little tete-a-tete and
that's it.
I think this is the video. Let me see. Yeah. Let me
Lord
see.
knows what he's been doing to his Russian brother.
From one of the most, and some people say the worst, the most violent city. Can you imagine our capital being the most violent city? But it was really bad, into a totally safe zone. It's called a safe zone city. There's no crime. They said crime's down 87%. They said, no, it's more than 87%. Virtually nothing. And much lesser things that take place in the home, they call crime. They'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say this was a crime. See? So now I can't claim 100%, but we are a safe city. You can.
If a man has a little fight with his wife, just slaps her on the head a little bit, shoves her down the stairs a little bit, just a little fight,
Ooh. That's the president,
right?
That's the president. I'm literally like, I don't understand how you Americans are handling this. Like, this is
How are you
this
handling
is
it? I hope you're all
wild.
right. Because he said
Can
something.
you imagine if Keir Starmer was out here talking and tweeting like Trump?
Oh my God! But he would be sacked in an instant, though. He would be.
Yeah, I mean,
don't get me
he's
wrong. He
probably
says
gonna
some
go.
shit too, but not that type of shit. He does
I
say
just
some
can't
shit.
imagine it. I can't even imagine if this was Obama. Well, he would have lasted a week basically if he tweeted like Trump. But it's just so in our faces. I don't understand how he was even able to go to Davos. Like how people are welcoming him and clap for him and let them in their countries. It beggars belief. I'm literally like, what? I don't know where we went to, where we entered into this world where you can have people be openly racist, affiliated with pedophiles, and nothing is going on. I swear 5 years ago this couldn't happen. I don't even know where we are. Like,
we go into someone's country, clap their president, say that we're taking the oil because it's ours.
Yeah.
It's weird. Tell another country you can't get doctors from this country. I
don't know what
these times now. Your medical, have said how many years? I saw a clip the other day where they was talking about medical aid in America, and Trump was saying maybe 10 years ago, when I come in, I'm gonna do this. You're gonna get all this aid, and he was like, it's gonna be 4 weeks, and then they showed him 6 months later, and he was saying it's gonna be 4 weeks, and then he showed him again 6 months later, and then he's getting irate because people are saying to him, "You said it back 2 years ago it's gonna be in 4 weeks' time." And he's like, "Yeah, no, we're working on something really great. It's gonna come." And people are like, "Where is the medical aid? All now we don't have it. Where is it?
Yeah.
You said you had a better plan than Obamacare. Where is it?"
It's
okay.
It's actually insane. I saw somebody else coming along and saying it's probably that was his name Damien that was on before that got cussed out that that's his cousin, saying Trump is not racist nor is he associated with pedophiles. Okay, you would know.
I mean, it's okay. That's how you think. Keep talking. Keep exposing. If you're a bot, then bot. No matter what, we're always going to counter. And every point you make, we will counter it with some facts. Okay. How about that? I was going to show another story.
Can you imagine saying Trump isn't racist? Like, okay,
it's fine. Okay, it's like, do you know what? Okay, okay. And I think just to round up the nonsense of men filming women and doing nonsense. So in the UK, there was a BBC investigation found that men are covertly filming women on nights out and making money by putting the footage on social media platforms. Again, so it's worldwide. It's worldwide that there's nastiness afoot. There's not I didn't want to play the BBC version, but this guy's kind of captured it. And then
pieces of low-life scum have gained internet fame and notoriety for posting the videos on platforms such as TikTok and YouTube. Primarily filmed in Manchester in the north of England, the videos claim they are capturing British nightlife, when in reality they are just creepy misogyny-driven clips that shame women from trying to do whatever they want to do and dressing however they want to dress. We managed to get a quote from one of these men who does the filming earlier today whilst he was crying into his hands, and he said, "I've never had a relationship with a woman before. In fact, I've never talked to a woman before. The closest I can get to another woman is by secretly recording them from 30 feet away across the street. Presumably other men can help me berate them in how they look. The reality is all I crave is human interaction. The hate I have for women really just stems from my own self-loathing." The men who film the sycophantic videos of women on nights out in Manchester are also being given an award by the mayor of Manchester. They're being crowned the biggest losers in the country. The pathetic...
Yeah. And then
I stumbled across this space on YouTube, going down the red pill stuff, like doing research on that, and found that there was lots of these YouTubers, and some of them can amass really big accounts, and they will do lives where they're showing the footage of the night out, and basically it's like, you know, old school Facebook when there was lots of groups that had the rate this girl, yay or nah, smash or pass. It's like they're doing that on lives. And I was like, this can't, surely YouTube should be banning this, because you know that nobody has consented to this footage going out there for people to be mass talking about what they look like and going into, oh, her hair should be blonde, she would look so much better, and all of it. It's a crazy world. But also in South Korea, I feel like they had a similar real bad problem with this.
Really?
It escalated to touching.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
again, being found similar
yeah,
with the South
yeah.
Korean culture, that it's really bad, upskirting, like just very misogynistic ways. But now, so their cameras, you can't just film, it does a click, so people know you are filming, because
You
the
can't
filming of
silence
people in public was so, it was prevalent. Yeah, so it's like, maybe we need to be adopting that over here. You can't just silently film, we need a clicker.
Yeah.
African Man says, I've seen those nightlife videos. There are a bunch of weirdos who enjoy them. In the porn space, they're called candids. I don't know.
It's very,
It's so and it's that thing like where the guy was saying that it turns into shaming the women, and I was just saying it's like the red pill incel space where you're shaming women for having fun, living their life. Even if you're falling out, you're doing whatever, wearing whatever, then you're like, yeah, see, using it as an excuse to validate your ridiculous Neanderthal mindsets. So you can influence more people. Like, yeah, you see, they're drunk, or they're out there having fun, they're wearing scantily dressed clothes, or whatever the case is. So then you can reinforce why you're not getting one, basically.
Basically, it's a forum of men berating women. Like that's when I was watching them, that's all it was. It was people gunning the women. And yes, I know you can film in public, but this isn't just filming in public. So maybe we need to change some laws.
Yeah.
You don't have to, and that's the thing, because even now, like when you're out, then there's a phone out. Even when we're out now, because you kind of have to dodge. You have to dodge not being in the background.
It's just as simple as I'm declaring I'm filming you, because sometimes filming is for your safety. But even just to have that, and then someone can be like,
if you're filming for safety, that's like there's a clear reason why that's happening.
No, I know, but I'm like, in the changing of the laws, I'm saying maybe there needs to be something in that.
Kirkland says, are the guys shaming the women, or are they enjoying looking at them too much? What I don't understand that question. I don't want to jump on you because I don't know what your angle is. Please expand on what you mean, because whether they're shaming them or enjoying them, filming people and just like that, it's not good. Like even if I innocently, I'm like filming a guy to send to my brain and say, oh my God, he's hot. That's actually not good, really and truly.
It's still a violation. It is a violation.
There's a great area where it's just like, oh, I'm not doing anything bad with it. I'm not doing anything horrible. I'm admiring. There is an element of that, but I think even that's why I said I think the question's redundant, because that's not what this is about. There's a bunch of women in the red pill, incel space, or just generally sharing it to shame. They're inciting shame and cussing and disrespect of these women. They're not just saying this is a thing and this is a nice woman or whatever. It's not like that, and I think you know that.
But also it's exploitative, because as I said, a lot of these channels have really big followings. They are making money from this. The people that are being filmed, most of them don't even know that they've ever been filmed. They may not have gone down the road of even looking at red pill and incel material to even know that they were walking down the street or chatting with their brethren, having a laugh, sitting on a pavement, and now they're being rated on YouTube, and that YouTube creator is making money from their image. That is exploitation. Like, and these are the things where it's like, no, the platforms need to be like, we can't. No, if you can get rid of AI materials just like that, people can lose their channels. I think these guys need to lose their channels as well.
Yeah, it's true.
You just lose your channels. Let them appeal. If they can appeal and say, we have the consent of everyone we filmed, it's very easy. We put up a bloody tune. The amount of times British Blacklist gets striked for sharing things, we're literally promoting work, and you lot can take it down willy-nilly. However, these in abundance, you can lock it off. You can lock it off if you really want to. Someone said, what did someone say? These people are anti-free speech, I bet. Okay. Just keep saying these stupid things. Let's just
send money. You know what? Unless they send money or they're adding to the conversation, let's not even held them out. Send money and then we'll say what you're saying.
This guy, just to speak about this. Absolutely. This restaurateur has been guilty of spiking a woman's drink at a Mayfair club. A London restaurateur has been found guilty of attempting to spike a woman's drink with a date rape drug at a private members club in Mayfair. This is what he did. Let me press play.
Watch closely to what this man does to this woman's drink.
Your head's in the way, but here, there we go.
His name is Nika Nath, and he owns multiple Michelin star restaurants. And this incident took place at an exclusive club in London. Thankfully, the staff saw what happened and they secretly switched the drink before the woman took a sip of it. Now, Nika is on trial for what he did. Now, listen to this. He's actually sorry for what he did, but he claims that he didn't mean any harm, that he wasn't going to do anything to the woman. He simply spiked the drink to help calm her.
Oh, give me a break.
Watch closely to what this man...
How many other women has he done that to and not been found out?
Exactly.
I feel like this is his. This has to be his MO. This can't be on the. And apparently, there's text messages, things where he had spoken about her to his friends, being like, "Oh my God, she's making me work hard for this." So he decided to move it forward. Basically, like, I want piece of her, so I'm going to spike her drink. The fact that he is so bait with it, I know he does this.
He does it. Yeah. That wasn't his first time.
No. He does this. He needs to lose everything. And people really, whoever has dated him before, I would be going to the police or I'm suing you. Somehow I'm not trusting whatever, however our date went. No, this guy probably did something to me. He needs to lose all of it. Yeah, it is Bill Cosby type shit, definitely. But again, in that generation, as Bill would say, everybody was doing it. So this seemed to be what they were doing.
Yeah.
Just madness.
Yeah.
You got another one?
Yeah, yes, the time is going. Let's just do one or two more. Just about
I've been putting out the links into the chat. If anybody does want to, you know what you got to do. If you're a member and you want to come and chat. If you want to come and speak and you're not a member, put some money down and then we will let you in. Here is the link again.
I just wanted to make, for those of you who have dual citizenship, that's what's coming into play. Dual British nationals have been warned they may be denied boarding to the UK from 25th of February unless they present a valid British passport or a certificate of entitlement. The change follows new border controls requiring travel authorization for most arrivals, alongside a £16 electronic travel authorization for short-term visitors. It's stuff that you need to know. Let me just share what this guy's talking about. I don't know how it affects everybody else. I think we're okay, but it's I needed to understand how that can affect you, because why would you be traveling without the papers? Do you not get it?
No, go on.
Play it. Yeah.
Inside another nationality, you could be denied boarding a flight, ferry, or train to the UK after February 25th, not because you've done anything wrong, not because your visa has expired, not because you're on any kind of watch list, but simply because you're traveling on your non-British passport.
I see.
Making British citizens furious, the alternative to carrying a British passport is paying £589 for a certificate of entitlement attached to your passport per person. So a family of 4 dual nationals without valid British passports is looking at over £2,300 just to prove they have the right to enter their own country. The Home Office introduced these changes as part of a wider overhaul requiring all travellers to have prior permission before coming to the UK, but the impact on dual nationals living abroad, particularly in Europe, has been devastating, poorly communicated, and in some cases legally complicated in ways the government clearly didn't think through. I'm breaking down exactly what changed on February 25th, who's affected, a £589 certificate that's causing outrage, the specific nightmare facing dual nationals in countries like Spain, and what British parents of children born abroad need to know urgently before those children are denied entry to Britain. I'm Cole Warren, and if you're a British citizen living abroad, or if you have family members who hold dual nationality, this rule change could affect your ability to travel home, not in some distant theoretical future, but right now, immediately, from February 25th onwards. And the genuinely alarming part is how poorly this has been communicated to the people it directly affects. Hit that like button right now if you're a...
Okay, well,
Mr. AI vids.
Hit that like button right now.
Yes, this is an AI vid. It's not the best. They are a hell of a lot better now.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a breakdown. It's just a breakdown, because I think one of my mum was saying something about if you have one of her friends went out on her Ghana passport, or went into Ghana with her British passport, and then tried to come back with her Ghana passport, and they were like, no. So
you
why did
can't
you do it that way?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Something she did, but she didn't realize something that she had been doing consistently. She did it, and she was stopped. So something like, and I don't know which, I can't remember which way she did it. But
because I know about leaving on the British passport. When you get to your country, your other country, pulling out that country's passport, but then when you come back using British passport, I know about that.
Yeah.
Usually people use their home country passport on arrival, so they don't have to go through immigration.
Yeah. I do believe they were trying to stamp that out anyway as well.
They don't like when you do that anyway, like in general.
They're definitely stopping a few things. This is why I keep on saying, like, I definitely have to sort out my passport anyway. I know they are going to have ways with the dual citizenship. They are going to try and stop that eventually. They will do that.
And they do say to you, when you travel with if you've got dual citizenship and something happens to you, the British Embassy does not have to help you. They tell you that.
Yeah. Exactly. Just wanted to let you know. Did you see the SPAC Nation chicken shop brainwash? Yeah. Just again, guys, just be aware. Parents of kids, when SPAC Nation speaks, don't listen. Basically, tell your kids not to listen. They were out there in, was it Peckham somewhere else, giving out free chicken and chips to kind of recruit kids to their. I say it's a cult. Let's just put it out here. And then we'll move into some nonsense because his time is a ticking.
Yes, I'll be here. I'm here with Petrely and OPM. We're currently in Peckham in real time, giving out free Morleys to the community.
So if this is
your Mindy, my bros on a slide with a bat, I'm trying to get rid of
there's called exploitation. If you are parents with kids around that area, you need to go do your due diligence and have those massive, big-time conversations with your kids. Explain to them what to look out for and how they should move when it comes to organizations like this. Because these organizations, let's be honest, they function on the same basis as gangs. Yes. If you think about how gangs can get young people into their circle, it's by offering them free things, bringing them into the circle, giving them a quote-unquote community, places to belong, and then start utilizing them for their own benefit. That's what this is. Stagnation is no different from a cult. Doesn't matter what you think about it. Just because they have not been branded as one officially, and we know why. We know why the authorities ain't going to do nothing about it, because it's not affecting the masses. It's not affecting white population. No, this is targeted towards the destruction of Black people. So it's fine. It's fine. But you need to pay attention. These kids are being indoctrinated. These kids have been exploited, and they're using one of the worst stereotypes as well. Free chicken and chips. It's mad. It's madness. But you gotta watch out for this. This is not new.
It's just I'll be here.
I cannot. Even that they did the whole chicken shop thing. I was like, you guys, this is utterly disgusting that you would do chicken shops. You're not even trying to get the kids into anything healthy. It's all full of stereotypes. But then there's a movement of Black Christianity on TikTok as well, and SPAC are kind of feeding into that. So there's a lot of kids that are newly converting to Christianity, and then they're getting you and being like, yeah, come, let's do Bible studies. And they have so many different names. And then you start a group, and then before you know it, you're locked in, and then PT is coming over the airways talking about he's your savior. Like, it's crazy. And it is because it's Black kids why the authorities are not doing anything about it.
Absolutely.
They don't give a shit. It's because it's Black kids that are being taken advantage of.
And there's no authority to move. So this is where, when people criticize the church, especially Black churches in particular, where there's no kind of community or group kind of authority of this is what's happening. We're looking out for our community. We're the community leaders. We're protecting our children from. If there are real churches and real people that are serious about Christianity and having children come to God, then show up for these kids. And when in the face of things like this, there should be somewhere that we can go and say, look, this is our community. This is what's happening. Can you help us protect the kids? And even take that as a lobby to the government. Because in America, that's what they do that quite well. I think they have church institutions and groupings that can say, look, this is our power base, this is our community base, this is the people that we represent. Do something. And we definitely don't have anything like that in the UK in the same way. But I think this is where church needs to step up. If you're going to really
a lot of the big churches are being accused of following the same formula.
Yeah,
a lot of the big black churches, and I feel like that's why they're not saying anything, because if they were all looked into their recruitment practices and what they do within the church buildings, I think we could all say under the what would be the schemers of a cult, a lot of them do the same practice.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is why. But the Church of England or the Catholic Church could also be like, hang on, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's actually true. RJ5 Corner said they do. I know my church does. Yeah. So it's good that your church does that. What's your church? Is that what you're going to ask? You cut out.
What's your church called? I was asking what's his church called.
No, we heard you. Okay. The church and the mosque have both failed to organize black people. People convert to Islam only when they get locked up, and people become Christian just to feel like they're part of the group. Yeah, there's a lot to be answered for in a lot of these things. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap up with some nonsense. I think we've done it. No one wants to come to the town hall. It's fine. That means you don't want to keep us in Gucci.
Gucci and Prada. It's all good. It's all good. I'm actually going to sample a black-owned restaurant at Boxhall.
Oh, nice. We
need to go to Auntie's.
Yes, we do need to go to Auntie's.
We definitely do need to go to the Auntie's restaurant. We do.
Yes,
we do.
Go.
Guys,
I
want to go to as well, which I've just seen. There's a few.
Yeah, I was thinking that
the Caribbean one.
When I was walking up a day, Farah, I was thinking about what we do a mother, niece, daughter type day out.
And because she passed her driving test as well, I think we need to.
Hey, I didn't know.
We did. Yeah.
There you go. Yes, we do. All right, guys, some nonsense or news. Let's go. Steve Jobs. Freaking music stuff. Steve Jobs was born as Abdul Latif Jandali, and the internet is having a meltdown over it. I did some research, and they said, well, first of all, I didn't know he was Syrian. I thought he was white. I didn't know he was Syrian.
I thought he was white as well. He's a Syrian Muslim.
So he basically switched himself up.
No, he was adopted.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't.
Stephen Paul Jobs is his name that he goes by. And to be fair, the viral thing is that his dad, he was born in San Francisco to Joanne Carol Schiebler and Abdul Fattah John Jandali, who was born to a Muslim household to wealthy Syrian parents. So, yeah, then he was adopted. So to be fair, that's not his name, but the internet are going a bit nuts saying that's his name. So he was actually adopted and called Steve. And that's the end of that story. But that was some nonsense that was pretty good.
No, apparently he was adopted and his name was changed. On his original birth certificate, that is his name. I would say if his parents named him something, this to me is peak whiteness, that you would then adopt him and not keep his name and change it to something else that doesn't reflect anything of his culture, where the mass majority of folks, and in all the history books, is calling him Steve Jobs that he was a white man.
Literally thought he was a white man.
I thought he was.
Genuinely thought he was white.
American Syrians, the same as Armenians, are considered white when it benefits white people talking about white stuff that has been done. As in the same way a black man can be English when he's playing football or doing anything for sports. It's very similar. Then I wouldn't call Syrians white in any way, shape, or form. And also, he was born to a Muslim family. So yes, I definitely know not all Syrians are Muslim, the same as not all Pakistanis are Muslim as well. But they were. His parents were Muslim.
And move on to some more nonsense. This made me feel sick to my stomach. I don't know if you guys saw this. Leftover drinks from discarded paper cups being resold during the T20 World Cup match in Delhi.
अरुण जेटली स्टेडियम अभी जो थम्स अप बच गई है ना ये सारी ये बोतल में डाल रहे हैं वापस और अगला जो भी मैच होगा उसमें चली जाएगी ये सारी देख रहे हो स्कैम ये बिना गैस वाली थम्स अप पीते हो तुम सब ये देखो भाई वो भी आधा मिलता है ये देखो भाई अब ये बोतल पैक होके अगले मैच में यूज होगी.
So my thing, do you know what that made me think is probably in our lifetime.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. Don't.
In our lifetime, guys.
No.
In our life.
I rebuke that.
I'm sorry.
I rebuke that.
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
so sorry. I had to do it. You have to think about it too.
No, man, that is disgusting.
Yuck.
Listen, some places you don't need to frequent, and yeah.
What does old granny say? Doesn't need from anybody.
Yeah. What I would tell folks is that I was in Brick Lane. How long was I there for? Maybe about 6 years. I had different workshops in Brick Lane. If you go down Brick Lane and you will eat in those curry houses, you've eaten a lot of shit. And I'm talking fecal matter. I worked there. I went past those restaurants. I saw what folks were doing. And 2 of my workshops were at the back of the restaurant. So I could see into the backs of the restaurants where they would be washing their feet and stuff. And I was watching that. If you have eaten in Brick Lane, just know that you've eaten some nastiness. That's what I'm telling you.
And speaking of food, because I hate all of you and myself. Speaking of food.
Yo, I just saw this yesterday.
Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer.
And I have thoughts, Miss Kelly. You said that kind of football is ours. Sure, but American football stems from English rugby and wasn't normalized until the 1880s. It's a religion here, but the foundation is British. You said the halftime show needs to stay quintessentially American. Well, Puerto Rico became part of the U.S. in 1898. And as I mentioned in my last video, Puerto Ricans became citizens in 1917. So American football from British rugby and Puerto Ricans becoming U.S. citizens happened within a few decades of each other. Also, Bad Bunny is a U.S. citizen. You said good old-fashioned American pie. Well, apples originate from modern-day Kazakhstan. And apple pie, that recipe came from Dutch settlers, the same ones who founded New Amsterdam, which today is known as New York City. Meatloaf, brought to you by German and Italian immigrants in the late 1800s. Fried chicken, introduced by Scottish immigrants who fried chicken in lard, and enslaved black cooks, mostly from West Africa, who helped create and cement it as we know it today. Every food you named is a third culture outcome of immigration and forced labor. Ms. Kelly, hot dogs are from Jewish immigrants, hamburgers from German immigrants. This country put Japanese Americans in internment camps, but now loves sushi. The Chinese Exclusion Act wasn't lifted until 1943, but today every small town has a Chinese restaurant. Because America doesn't create culture from scratch. Every tradition we call American started somewhere else, landed here, and became something new. That's what makes this country great. And everything you're calling un-American right now, give it 50 years. You mention Muslims for no reason. Exactly. But have you tried halal car chicken and rice? It's already a classic New York dish. Reggaeton and K-pop will be oldies. What's foreign today becomes quintessentially American tomorrow. But in the meantime, I like to ask you to hang out. Let's chill in Queens. Grab Egyptian-style seafood at Hamido in Astoria, Colombian gelato in Jackson Heights, or then hit up a Korean spa in Flushing. You know what I mean? Holla at me. All right? Peace and blessings.
First of all, his voice is fantastic.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, me
It's a little
too.
bit of history. And just to end on some nasty nonsense, just to send you on your way. This woman, his homeowner was arrested and her house condemned because of all of her pets.
Freak you out because we're going to bring you a very disgusting case of animal hoarding right now.
Yeah, we're talking an entire home in Suffolk County completely overrun by hundreds of rats that were being kept as pets. And if you don't like the sight of rats, you may want to look away during this next story.
Officials found the rats running rampant throughout the home.
God, look.
In the end, police arrested the 48-year-old homeowner, but now they're trying to figure out what to do.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
What do you do with all the animals? Long Island reporter Shantae Lance is live in Rocky Point. Shantae?
Well, Liz and David, at least 300 domesticated rats are believed to be inside this home. Volunteers say 100 to 200 of them alone are inside the walls.
Trigger warning, Aquia.
Oh my God. From spilling out of the kitchen cabinet to overrunning every inch of the floor, pet rats.
Hi, little stinker.
Hundreds of them running amok inside this Rocky Point home.
It's a disaster inside. It's very hard to breathe. You need, masks. You need gloves. It's just a bad situation.
Frankie Floridia and other volunteers with Strong Island Animal Rescue have been capturing as many rats as they can to send to a vet to get proper care and checked out.
A lot of them are injured. A lot of them have huge wounds. Their eyes are coming out. They have big abscesses. We have a few that are going septic.
Kristen Stevens is a volunteer and a veterinarian tech assisting inside the now condemned home on Whitewood Drive.
We've got about 150 contained. Have them in separate containers, male, female, sick.
There's maybe another 100 to 200 in the walls.
The owner received sanitation violations after an estimated total of 300 to 500 domesticated rats were believed to be inside the home.
It's a very sad situation, but we're doing the best we can with what we have.
A team of 5 to 10 volunteers found rat poison in the basement.
We have seen a couple that have had blood coming from their nose, that kind of thing, which is what happens when you poison rats.
Stevens says all of the rats are being treated for mice. She says this could have been avoided through rat separation.
Everybody knows rodents reproduce very, very quickly. So I personally feel that, if they were just separated, you keep the males with the males and the females with the females.
Makes us sad, but it also gives us a glimmer of hope that we know that we can get them to safety.
And I spoke with neighbors who say they didn't see or smell anything. So it was really contained to this home. Now volunteers are looking for Good Samaritans to offer foster care and also monetary donations to help with the rodents' health care. Live in Rocky Point, Shantae Lance, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
I, for one,
mate. Trigger warning, yeah?
Okay, do you know what makes me laugh? It's the fact that it's a PSA to save the rats. The woman's practically crying.
I didn't know it was going in that direction because all I was going to say was, why don't they just burn down the yard?
No, in my brain. No, you were in my brain. I was thinking, let's light a match. Problem solved.
Why are they calling them domesticated rats? Like, what and why
They were thinking it was pet rats.
So many questions. Like, burn the place down. Why
light a match. Problem
Go
solved.
fund me. Adoption, foster care. What are we talking? It's rats.
Some really injured rats, and that's what happens when you poison rats.
Oh God, that was.
There's more outrage for this than the man that shot his flipping daughter.
Right. More empathy and sympathy.
More empathy.
And listen, waving cat design. That's all I was thinking. Paul, what's her name? Alicia, whatever her name was. It's like her face. Even the porter's like, "You got me out here, this house, reporting on these rats." And she knows the direction it's going in. She's like, girl.
Literally, because she started she deep sighed before she went on air.
Yeah. Because it's not even that we're condemning it. We're saying poor rats. I think it sounds like what they're saying is that they were home pets and they didn't realize and they didn't separate them. But even that, she's like, if only they.
But hold on. So how does it get to the point when the rats are in your walls and in your cupboards and in your cooker and running like the rats are just? Where does she sleep?
With the rats. With the rats. No. And you're crying about the point. They're bleeding. They have abscesses. They have
because they're rats.
Strike, is Strike coming to talk? What's happening here?
I'm
Strike's
on
on
the
stage.
stage.
You want to chat? Sorry, I didn't even notice.
Come to the stage. I'm trying to. Oh, is it? Oh, it's audio only. Okay. Speak now. Hello, Strike.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Welcome to
Sorry.
the Welcome to the town hall. What do you have to say this Sunday? You've got a minute. By the way.
Oh, great. I've been loving your last couple of shows. The conspiracy stuff is great as a conspiracy theorist. One thing I think we need to look at is the spiritual aspect about all of this, because there is a reason why they do all these rituals, right? And if you look at the elites, they believe in praying to like the old gods, speaking in Latin and stuff, but then they'll give you the Bible, the Quran, and they'll let you worship in modern ways or modern times, but they still believe in like the old way of doing things. So it's like, why do you still use the old way of doing things, but you're telling us to do all these new age things? Obviously this stuff works because you're doing it and you're doing all these sacrifices. So there's obviously something about it that's working for you. And as the public, I think that's where we've been like duped. More to the point, I think for Black people, when we drop Christianity and Islam in its entirety, I think things will change for us. But there's a reason why every time Black people say, look, we're just going to go inward, focus on ourselves. Like we saw with Elaine, she didn't say, look, we want to hate on anyone. We just want to fix ourselves. Suddenly everyone got up in arms. Because again, everyone knows that if these people get their shit together with a continent that's been raked over and over for its resources, and they still got resources today, we're all going to be in trouble. And me and my stepdad are always saying that a united Africa is not in anyone's interest, whether you're the West or Asia. It just doesn't work for everyone if we actually get our shit together. So I think it's an interesting time to see all these things sort of come to fruition. Even this thing with the guy in Ghana, all this stuff's been possible because the image of Black people has been denigrated for such a long time that when this guy goes to Ghana, he can go and do this sort of stuff and people lose their minds. But it's like, we don't have a main positive image because we've never been allowed to control our image, you know? That then also links into the Black woman's image within the West as well. For example, if tomorrow Black women just said, listen, we're not buying any more weave, we're not doing any of this stuff, that's $1 billion industry down the market. Again, they can't allow for that, which is why in a lot of workplaces, you're supposed to dress smart. And we all know what smart means. Smart is not you with your afro out. Smart is you having your hair completely straightened or permed in whatever way is white acceptable to society. Even the metrics that we measure ourselves on as Black men and Black women, it's all dominant society methods. It's all saying to people, hey, you need to be a Black man who makes 6 figures and does this, and you need to be a Black woman who stays at home and cooks and cleans. But those are not our methods. These are methods that were given to us when we came here, and they said, hey, this is how you're supposed to behave. It's not stuff that if you go back far enough to your ancestral lands, it's not how your people used to operate. Even this whole thing of like eating 3 meals a day, you go back far enough, that was a system that was brought in. That's not how it used to be. But everyone thinks you just eat 3 meals a day. And it's like, no. Go back far enough and you'll see a lot of these things, BMI, all this stuff, it's all done based on someone looking at white people and saying, hey, this should be the standard for everyone else. And it doesn't work, which is why, again, for a lot of Black women, they get shamed about their weight and stuff. It's like, no, their bodies are different to white people. Why are we judging them on the same metrics? And obviously, as a father of a young black girl, I see these things and I'm aware of them because I'm like, oh, I'm raising a Black girl and I have to know these things. So when she comes home, I can tell her a lot of that stuff they teach you at school is bullshit. Like, you have to teach your kids when they come home as well, because you know they're being taught nonsense at school. So it's a lot.
Thank you, Strike. I think you've floored a lot of people in the comments because people are like, you actually have a voice, you actually sound normal, you're actually making very, very valid points. Someone
I'm very
said
normal.
it's Aaron Pierre, that's Strike. So like,
I'm very normal. I just like to talk shit every once in a while, but I'm very normal.
But thank you very much. We gave you more than a minute. But guys, if you want to follow suit, we'll give you a little bit more time if you want to come up. Thank you so much. It's great to hear from you.
Yes. Good to see you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure you do those legal disclaimers because I know these PLA agencies are watching you guys.
Yeah, we sure. Thank you so much, Strike.
Thank you, Strike.
Take care.
All right.
That's so cute.
Yeah. I agree with everything he said. Most definitely. I mean,
Oh,
a little bit more planning. I would love to have done what my brother did and taken my children out of school. I would like to follow that same path. I feel like my brother's doing the right thing to not have his kids in school, because a lot of shit is being taught and it's shit. There's no way around it.
Sorry, Nana, they're saying share the link again so that people can join. We're going to do this till 3 in Stockholm. We've all got to go. So if we've got 15 more minutes, if you want to come to the town hall, remember, members, and if you do want to talk, it would be nice to drop a bit in those coffers. Drop a little bit of swag for us, please. But yes, drop. There's the link. If you want to join, come and join our town hall. Come to the pulpit. Let's go. Yes, your sister's saying come. No, it's your sister. Come to Ghana. We're coming. Do you guys conversation with us? Michael, yes, we do. If you want to join the link at the bottom, that was just been posted. And everyone's bigging up Strike for your common sense thoughts. You made perfect sense, said Sheriffless. What else? Big up to the caller speaking facts. Ray, in reference to the rats. Go on.
No, I just re-put it in just in case it's gone too fast, but it's there again, please.
Yeah, guys, if you want to jump in and share your thoughts, please join the link. Otherwise, we're going, because that was a bit of nonsense I had to end up with. Someone said they sell them in reference to the rats. They sell them in the pet stores. Yes, you can have.
Yeah, they do.
They can be pets.
Yeah.
But all right, 200 in walls. Just burn it, man. Like,
burn down the house.
Fostering a rat. Are you going to foster a rat?
Like, never. I used to work with a woman and she used to have pet rats, and I was like, ew.
God, I'm itchy.
The thing is, I do like mice. I do like, but it's just I like them, but not running free in the thousands and hundreds in my yard. No.
Ew.
I like animals, so I don't mind. I think they're cute.
I like animals too, but I don't want any of them walking around my kitchen like that on my shit.
Yeah. And they're so overrun and infesting. Exactly. Yeah. In the walls. The walls.
Oh, gross.
Insane. Oh, some sisters joining. Okay, let's 1 second.
Oh, look where she is.
I know.
Look at you. You just came here to be flaunting yourself. You're glowing in the sunshine, didn't you? Didn't you do that? Outrageous. How dare you?
Well,
look at her. Look at me. My skin's shining and like
light.
You people, you're not even allowing me to speak.
It's because look how you came on. You could have been inside. No, look where you were.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Let's go. What would I say, sis? Welcome. Happy Sunday.
Welcome. Thank you so much for berating me on YouTube just because I'm in the sun. I say there's a little delay, apologies. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that wonderful video from the young woman talking about the white narcissism. And I just think we should all adopt any term we want apart from white supremacy, because I definitely felt a lot better talking to people and using the term white supremacy, white hate, white inferiority. I think it's a lot more accurate in terms of what's happening in the world. So I love that you're promoting that lady saying about that. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you. And it's absolutely true. It's changing because that white supremacy has people in a chokehold and has them on a pedestal. Yeah. And it's been years. That's what, like generally, it's perpetuating. As you know, when we say that we're doing the job for them, they don't have to do anything now. They're just like the spectre in the room. Now we operate. Oh, the white supremacy. If we do this, they're going to come down. They don't have to. They can just sit there. It's emperor's new clothes. We need to stop doing the marketing for them and readdress it, rechange it. I very much agree. Where are you? Can you just tell people where you are, please?
Yes, I'm in Ghana, and I'm on a natural organic health farm. I'm having a 2-day detox, eating just fruit and drinking water, no Guinness, until tomorrow.
Good. Actually, your face is so glowing. You look
Isn't
good.
it?
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you.
Lovely. Yes,
Yes,
this is
that's Nana's sister.
Thank you. And when Nana moves to Ghana with the kids, I'm going to bring you here. We're learning how to grow our own food, how to build our own houses. So just come. Ghana's open, man. I'm inviting everybody. Come, let's start a new economy here.
I'm allowed in anyway, and I don't need a visa because I've got a Grenadian passport. Thanks.
You're allowed in. Well, I'm going to stand in front of Akua as Junior Akua and say I'm going to filter some of the people because she's too nice. You got to go through big Akua. Yeah, they're twins.
They are twins.
So yeah, come through little Akua to get to big Akua. That's it. Thank you.
Yes.
Anyone
Thank you. See you guys. Bye-bye. Love you loads.
Love you.
Bye.
We got 9 minutes if you want to say some stuffs. If not, we're gonna go.
I'll drop it back in again.
Yeah, drop the link.
It's
absolutely that. We're talking about white supremacy, renaming it. Let's take away that power because it's just a mindset. Words have power.
Can you show the video I just dropped in the chat in our WhatsApp group?
1 second.
There we go.
Oh yes, I saw. Yes, I saw this earlier. Hold on 1 second. Let me.
Stephen saying, "Yeah, we need to leave this island, guys. Let's just get it together. The power's shifting from here anyway.
Yeah,
we need to think about alternative spaces." Seeing if there's anything else.
Come join the chat.
Harry says a friend of his lets his python roam in the house freely. Absolutely not.
His python.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Maybe it's been defanged.
Yeah, it might be defanged. But then when they're big and they decide to squeeze up yourself, okay.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Have at it.
Christians moving into other countries around the world and committing violence that forces locals to cancel their traditions. Do you guys?
Start it again because you just.
I know. That's why I was just going to let it go through.
I love this guy place.
Me too.
Yeah. It just always starts because it always starts on silence. I don't know how to because it always comes up silence. She basically says you don't see Christians
into other countries around the world and committing violence that forces locals to cancel their traditions. Do you guys?
Right. He did get stabbed.
Right. Shut the fuck up with that shit. There is no one more delusional than white people on this earth, and that's because they are the writers of their story and the writers of history, in which they've made themselves this altruistic people who live this benevolent life and have this amazing relationship with the world, civilization, and society, as if they are not the reason why 2/3 of the world lives in poverty. To say that Christians have never done the very thing that Christianity did around the world with colonization is literally a form of fucking insanity and cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
They are so far removed from reality. You think traveling thousands of miles across the ocean smelling like shit, so you stunk so much that the natives had to burn incense behind you. You told them they were dirty and savage because they washed every day, and that they did what they did in their golden pyramid cities. You burnt all their books, you killed them, you raped them, and you settled in the country. You went to Africa and you mass converted everyone in Africa. You demonized every fucking religion in Africa. You told us that our religions that we have practiced for thousands of years, paying homage to our ancestors, was a form of witchcraft. And now so much so that everybody in the colonized world is Christian and believes that African spirituality is evil. You literally came to North America from Canada down to Mexico, killed the majority of the native populations, told them they were savage, put them in concentration reservations, and took the land. You went all the way to Australia. You did the same thing to the Aborigines. You went to Asia. You did the same thing to the Asians. You have colonized the world so much in the name of Christianity that you've raped, robbed, lied, and stealed and enslaved people. You can't be this stupid. You can't be this fucking dumb. It's insane to see when the victor writes the story, how their offspring think about the story that was written,
basically,
because they don't actually look internally to see, how am I from Canada? How am I from Oklahoma? How am I from Brazil? How am I from Australia? No, you just say, oh, I'm just from here. And everything that happened was all fine and dandy. Probably 60 million natives died from Canada down to Argentina. 60 million. You know how many Africans died in the Middle Passage? You know how many Asians died? Do you know how many Indians died under the rule of Great Britain? All in the name of Christianity. You fucking moron. So frustrated with these people to come online and make these claims without knowing an ounce or a single iota of history or any self-awareness. No one wants to hear a white person talk about or demonize another person's religion.
I don't see Christians moving into other countries around the world and committing.
That's what she said. Thank you, Cher. Can we touch on Mr. Yaxley being a target? YouTube won't let me type the name of the organization.
I know.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Yaxley. And for those that don't know who Mr. Yaxley is, because you may know of him under his road name of Tommy Robinson.
Right.
Well, Tommy Robinson is a plant. We've always said it. He's an agent. He's an affiliate. He is basically a part of the PSYOP. And you stupid English people, basically, and the Americans that were in the chat that have been blocked, hopefully you're still watching us. Just know that you and your free brain cells are being co-opted by agents who have affiliations to the world's elites, who are basically Russian agents, that they're either Israeli agents. They are using you guys like the pawns that you are, like the little ants that they see us all as. You are being used. But you know, this is why they say humans are stupid.
In the chat, they're saying this guy, just as a by the by, is he FBI? Is he an FBI?
I don't know. He seems like he's reformed. I don't know. Maybe just like some of the things that he says now is a little bit not as bad, but I could be wrong.
Okay. I didn't know he was.
I didn't know he was as well, but it doesn't, I don't know. His comments, even in that video, I'm wondering because it doesn't seem like it.
Well, it seems like more American than more. It seems like, okay. So maybe he's reformed.
We could be wrong.
Who knows? So we'll keep
anyway,
an eye.
Broken clock can be right.
Yeah, all of that stuff. And to be fair, if he is, we'll call him out.
He'll get it same way.
That part.
You'll get it. You've seen how Auntie Farah rolls. You'll get it, man.
And Auntie Nana when she's ready. And Auntie AK. All of us can take set on someone.
That's it. 100%. 100%. Oh, bless you, Divine Seas. Sorry, I can't say your name properly. They're having a wonderful time. So they're so glad they found us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for finding us. And I think that's it then. That is it then. We've done town hall. We've gone through some things. We've given you some news and nonsense. We've got some lots of news and lots of nonsense. Keep your head on a swivel, as I say. Keep your mind open. Keep your eyes peeled. And we'll be back next week with more news and nonsense. Oh, do you want to say thank you to everybody that contributed this week?
Yeah, yes. Definitely need to say thank you. And we got this is a good amount of money, guys. Thank you. All right, so Cher kicked it off with £10. Thank you so much, Cher. We miss you. I want you back in the WhatsApp group because I loved your contribution.
Yes, come back.
Yeah, we miss you. Yes, we love you, Cher. And everyone noticed that you were gone. Your absence was felt.
Exactly. Hero. Ashes to Ashes as well. Gave us 9.99. Thank
Missed
you.
you too.
And then we have Steph gave us $1.99. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Strike came through with £2 for Farah. Strike, you needed to add another O on that, please. Next time.
Yeah, exactly. About 3 O's. About 3 O's. But you also came and gave us good commentary. Well done. Yes. Thank you very much.
Little Rock gifted a membership to somebody. Thank you. And then Yvonne gifted 5 to somebody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And then Cher came back again and gave us £5. Thank you.
Thank you so much and welcome back. Thank you, guys. All jokes aside, the contributions to our coffers helps us keep the lights on. It goes towards studio costs, production costs. It doesn't go towards Gucci, as I was joking before. We keep it moving, and that's why we ask for your support, as other platforms do. So yeah, thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. We really, really do. And your likes and your comments and your subscriptions go a long way. And apparently the algorithm's changing. We need more commentary. We need more likes. So please don't forget to like.
If you haven't already liked this, like it on
just
your way
like
out.
It. The button's just there. Just like
do it now.
Just do it now.
That's it. Please do that. And if you see one of our videos as well, please put a comment on there. It means it really does mean a lot. It does things. You know, we was away for a little while, so we need to. It's like gearing up a car. We need you guys to be back in there, just commenting stuff, just getting it known that we are back. So,
please.
Thank you so much.
Even just a heart in the comment space. That's it. Thank you guys. Happy Sunday. Have a wonderful one.
No, Nana isn't single. She's got a whole husband. Someone's on you.
People sorting. Her husband is in the chat as well. He'll come for you.
It's after Valentine's Day. Maybe thought he'd try that.
I beg. And yes, Yvonne, we have had a few.
Yes, we are planning a Discord. I just need to figure it out. I need to just sit down and watch a video. We are definitely going to have a Discord going as well. That will happen.
Yeah, exactly. Take care. Have a Sunday, guys. Keep safe, enemy free. Lots of love and hugs from your favorite on to.
Bye, guys.
Layers.